Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Silver League ALR. And we are here in the desert for the Bahrainian Grand Prix in the international circuit of Sakia. And it's great to have all you guys along with us, and I'm sure that you're going to be enjoying this one. This is a thrill ride of a race. It really is. Then let me get rid of all those notifications come up. As of course I am a big ALR fan, and as soon as I press the go button on the broadcast, I get all kinds of notifications come up, and I can't actually see what's going on the old comment section and all that kind of jazz. We're here in Sakia. Then of course debuted on the Formula 1 calendar way back in 2004 when I was just a little nipper of about, I think I was 15 back then. Oh gosh, I was still in secondary school. That's all I know. Of course, being a bad man who sat at the front of the class and being a nerd and all that. Anyway, yeah, we got 15 turns around this 3.3 mile circuit, and of course a very unusual lap record holder, Pedro Della Rosa, a veteran in the Formula 1 world, isn't it? Of course, drove for McLaren, didn't he? As well as HRT, Arrows, Jaguar. My goodness me, he's been around the block, hasn't he, Pedro Della Rosa? But of course, he was standing for one Pablo Montoya back in 2005 when Montoya had a curious tennis accident, didn't he? And I think he missed this race, and also he missed the San Marino Grand Prix, if I'm not very much mistaken. Of course, the classic San Marino Grand Prix as well. Of course, if anyone remembers that, it was Schumacher against Alonso, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic race that was. I love that race. It was one of my all-time favourites. Of course, there has been rumblings going on about Imola might have thrown themselves forward to maybe replace the Chinese Grand Prix this season. I think that's more of a rumour than actual gospel, but it'd be fantastic to see Imola back on the Formula 1 calendar, wouldn't it? Of course, Imola has got a fantastic F1 history, hasn't it? Unfortunately, it's got also some very sad memories as well. Of course, that awful weekend back in 1994, and of course we're here in Bahrain, and for some reason I'm talking about Imola, so this stream's already gone it was already gone to pot, hasn't it? And I've only been on air for like 2 minutes, so that ain't good at all, is it? We are almost ready to get going in, as of course, and this is we're slightly earlier than usual, as I think that I'm ready for my bedtime, to be honest. I've had a bit of a rough old day at work, so yeah, I think that I was just keen to get on with it, of course, but I gotta say, it's gonna be a fantastic race, isn't it? And I'm definitely keen to get going. Let's just take a quick look at the old comment section, shall we? As whoops, and there's all kinds of stuff going on there. Emerson, good evening, Sean. Oh, well, I say evening, Sean. He did give me a good for some reason. I think Emerson might be a bit sore after I stole his Monaco Grand Prix away from him a couple of weeks ago. But he's saying evening, Sean. Of course, evening, Emerson. Hope you're well today on this lovely sunny Monday. Actually, of course, it's not sunny outside now. Of course, all I can see is there's a lot of black out there. So yeah, I might have to draw the curtains. I'm scared of the dark. Also, we've got a Glock saying good evening, Glock. Hope you're well. And we've got Jonathan Cox. Good evening, Sean. Good evening, Jonathan. Hope you're well as well. Of course, Jonathan, the record holder there for most pole positions. Emerson, I think, is also the joint highest winner in the ALR Gold. Then, so absolutely fantastic stuff, isn't it? 2 record holders there, and we got a third potential record as well, because Glock is had 6 pole positions in 7 races so far, hasn't he? So yeah, I got to say, I'm in obscene company tonight, and I good gosh. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit I've got a bit of pressure on me tonight. Gosh, I'm gonna have to sweat a bit. I don't need to sweat. I always sweat on this stream. I don't need to go to the gym anymore, and everyone's to the gym anyway, so but that's my excuse now. This is a workout, isn't it? Just commentating on these fantastic 19 drivers around Bahrain. It was fantastic race yesterday, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff. Bahrain does produce some cracking races, and yesterday was no different at all. Unfortunately, the turn 1 incident, which has been discussed at length, really, hasn't it? Of course, between the 2 Renaults, Jonathan and also Farshot as well, they all came to blows there, and all of them had very differing views there, didn't it, on the incident as well? Of course, luckily for me, I could just sit on the fence and just point fingers as much as I like, but because yeah, I don't make the official ruling good, which is definitely good for that, because yeah, my incidents are just completely appalling. So yeah, my judgment is absolutely completely wrong, and yeah, less said about that the better. Anyway, let's just take a look at the drivers and the constructors, shall we? As we're just waiting to get going in this session. I hope they aren't left me behind. I don't know, to be honest. I'm feeling a bit lonely up here now, and as all I'm staring at is a track map. I gotta say, it's a beautiful track map, but yeah, I'd rather see these cars under the lights here in Bahrain. That would be much more appealing for me. Yeah, let's just take a look at the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? Glock didn't doing race last week, and we had our first, and Hunter got his first ever pole position for silver. I think he's had a couple pole position in gold though, hasn't he? But I think Hunter getting a pole position last week, absolutely loving it, wasn't he? Faxan got the win then. So Glock is still leading the championship by 16 points from Faxan in second. F1 2019 is third. YBR is in fourth. He's only 2 points behind F1 2019. As F1 2019 has missed a race or two, hasn't he? YBR doing a cracking job in fourth position. Hunter moving up one position to fifth. Alhan dropping down to sixth. Forza had a race here last night, didn't he? As Hunter with a bit of banter last night. I must admit I was a bit slow on the old banter last night, but Hunter with a bit of banter going on and saying that Forza's getting a bit of a advantage going on, which technically he probably are then. Someone is spamming the X button very quite a lot there. I almost said the A button there, and I think if I said that, then gosh, that would have been me done and dusted, wouldn't it? My career was over before it's even started. So I used to be an Xbox fanboy. Before going back to the PlayStation, I just met. I only bought a PlayStation actually because I wanted to play the Uncharted series. Really good, really good. That if you ever get time in the old day, brilliant stuff. I loved that. I gotta say, I'm actually trying to play some more single player games, maybe Resident Evil, something like that. Ooh. But anyway, enough about that. I might scare myself. So let's go back to the championship. I don't know what's going on. So I'm on a proper tangent all of a sudden. Good gosh. Serious Mushroom Moon at 3 positions. He's up to 8th position now. Good stuff for him. King Zone was in 9th position. Moon over position. Droffer dropping down to 10th. Other big movers last week was Ghost Recon has moved up 1 position. Unfortunately, VTOL and Asdog dropped down 2 positions. A piece in the constructors. Haas has actually overtaken Red Bull in the constructor standings. Fantastic stuff, isn't it? Brilliant indeed then for Haas, and Red Bull running away with this, but Haas have got did have 2 very good drivers as well. They've had to have a real shuffle, haven't they? We should talk about the news in just a few moments. Mercedes in 3rd position with Toro Rosso 4th. A very nip and tuck then. There's 4 points separates Mercedes, Toro Rosso, a racing point, and McLaren. My goodness me, that's nip and tuck. And Renault are only 3 points away from those guys. Well, they're all on 71 points apiece there. And then we've got Williams, who's on 46 points, 21 points for Ferrari, and 11 for Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo having a bit of a difficult start in silver, aren't they? As I just get up the old graphics and things like that. Then. So we're ready to go then under the lights here in Bahrain. Of course, Bahrain turned into a night race back in 2014, and that was a classic race in of itself, wasn't it? It was the Mercedes team battling wheel to wheel. I think Mercedes also shown their true pace as well. That race, well, it's frightening, wasn't it? Really, it just kind of showed how advanced those Mercedes guys were. Really impressive stuff as well. As we are just a couple of minutes into this session, and we were getting ready to go. Ghost Recon has retired from the session. I have actually read the parish notices tonight, which would surprise a lot of you guys out there, because you know I don't do my homework at all. So I was really impressed with myself. It actually did take Nosy to tag me in it, mind you, but I did read it, and I got to say that was a small win for me here on a Monday. So and I take every win I can on a Monday. Just on board Kingdom, and he's coming out of the pits. Well, of course, Kingdom was driving the black and gold car last night. Tonight he is driving the beautiful Toro Rosso, which we now known as AlphaTauri. They got a new livery, haven't they, for this season as well, the 2020 season. I gotta say, it's an alright livery. I would say it's the best livery in the world, but I'm a bit controversial, to be honest, because I think a lot of the F1 community absolutely love it. And it's a nice livery, but I quite like the Williams livery, the Colgate livery. I think is absolutely beautiful. I do like alternative colours, though, because I think I was one of the only people in the entire world to like the Chelsea Luminous Yellow kit way back in 2012 or 11 or something like that. Something around that time. Of course, I had a very bright kit there. And it wasn't a lot of people weren't a fan of that kit, were they? I loved it. If I was a Chelsea fan, I would definitely have bought it, but of course, then I'm from the red side of Merseyside. Anyway, enough about that. That game where 22 men chase a ball around. We're, of course, chasing lap times here tonight, and that is exactly what we're going to start doing in just a few moments' time. As Kingsholm is coming down into turn 14 and 15 now. Car 94, Kingsholm he's done a lot of racing in ALR, hasn't he, so far this season? Let's go on board with him, shall we? DRS available on the on the start-finish straight, and the lap time has already begun now. Of course, the finish line is in a different place to the start line. Of course, it has to line up with the FIA garage. Into turn 1, then a very sharp right-hander through turn 2, then a bit of a kinky kink, then up to turn 3, DRS then in between 3 and 4 as we love. Sorry, I was reading Knowles' kit then. I do love this circuit as well. I don't really love turn 4 though. As you can see, it's a bit off camber, a bit of a nasty old corner there, isn't it? Now as we flick it through, then of course a couple of lefts, a couple of rights, then dropping down the hill, then, and you can see there's a McLaren in the background. Then Kingsholm is going fast in the first sector. He's the first man to set a benchmark though. And for all these guys to chase as well, very difficult turn at 9 and 10 now then. Look at this, you've got to brake and turn at the same time. Kingsholm has missed the apex there, and unfortunately that is ruined his lap for him, and I think he is he turned the wick down? Well, he's gone to one side unfortunately, and well, salvagely for us then, we're going to drop Kingsholm for a minute, and we're going to go on board with FIFA Beefy then in the Ferrari then, and he's coming out to turn 10 now as well, then start climbing up the hill then, and before getting into turn 11 and 12, and it's this corner is one of the most difficult corners on the calendar now. You can get it wrong quite heavily, can you, before you and you can see Kingsholm there just in front of us getting out of the way as well, and now then you can see the track starts to climb, then it has a bit of a decline as well then, for in a turn 14 and 15 then. Now it's 14 and you're wondering where 15 is. Apparently that's a corner there. Now DR is available, and FIFA is going to be the first man to post the time in a 29 then. Good stuff indeed then. Kingsholm comes across the line as well. Then we got Flea making his debut tonight. Flea is good stuff indeed. Glock there back in action, and of course in every race he's competed he has been on pole position, and we've so good Glock there, I've got to say, has been invincible, hasn't he, so far? Razor right up on the money there straight away. Nicely done there from Razor, fantastic. Just to Flea then, of course, making his debut tonight. Well, let's talk a bit about Flea, shall we? Car 13 then, the dreaded number 13 as well. Of course, the last man to have car 13 was Malden out there, but it looks like Flea is not interested in superstition whatsoever, is he? Fantastic, I love that. Oh, getting very screwed out. Of course, Hamilton had a big old smash there in 2008, I think, in practice, but Flea there not following on from Hamilton's footsteps there, and it's good to see Flea, and then so it'd be interesting to see what he could do then, but he's on the hard tires and done a 30 straight off the bat then. Ford's there has done a 34 there, I think there's more time in the bank as well. We're on board Mr. Elite making his debut in silver, but he is not a stranger to ALR. Of course, Mr. Elite has been in ALR for several races now, and of course he raced his first debut, I think his debut was back in France in season 1. Fantastic stuff for Mr. Elite then, since someone else just dropped out there as well. Mr. Elite has gone third fastest, double moving up to 6th fastest. Unfortunately Asdog cannot be here tonight, which is a shame then. Hunter with a new helmet there, of course, I think that's a special edition helmet there as well. Hunter goes second fastest. Remember, he was on pole position last time, really starting to come into his own as well. Here comes 00, and if anyone remembers Australia, I got my tongue completely tied there with the 2 doubles there, so hopefully we're going to see double trouble then. Alright, on board then with Van Doorn coming up to the line as well. Van Doorn there, 6th fast there. He unfortunately didn't compete in Australia, did he? He got a oh, no, Flea flying in the pits there. Yeah, he did compete in qualifying, but unfortunately didn't get to race as well. Of course, the session was had a bit of a hiccup last night. Of course, Burnt Mylander decided to spoil the party and fly out in his safety car. Not sure what he had in that safety car. It felt like a crash team racing, didn't he? He had a lot of nitrous in there, didn't he? I think Burnt Mylander was replaced by Vin Diesel, wasn't he? Or me, I reckon he was replaced by me, and you can see I can do 2 things at once. Lol. Anyway, double coming through the final turn now. Then let's see. Of course, 00, I should say. I'm going to get confused with the so many doubles. I see double trouble coming up. 7th position then for Racing Point. Then good stuff indeed. Then for double, brilliant. Here comes YBR, his teammate, just coming over the crest of the hill. We've also got LPE. Congratulations to LPE making his debut in the Haas, and he's been in the ALR races before, of course, but he is making his debut as a full-fledged driver. Congratulations there to LP. Brilliant stuff as well. Very well earned as well. LP is he's been a fighter, hasn't he, so far in his 2 races. Unfortunately, he hasn't scored any points just yet. But I wonder if the winds are changed are blowing here in this desert landscape in Bahrain. And YBR then who's I gotta say probably the most aggressive driver on the field. And fantastic overtaking skills. I love it. He's coming through the final turn as well then, and he's got a new helmet colour as well. That's a very interesting helmet colour, isn't it? Yeah, brilliant. YBR goes full fast. I've got to say he's got some speed, hasn't he? But he's also got very good overtaking skill on here. I really enjoy watching YBR. He's brilliant. Here comes LP car 66 and driving in the Haas, and his Faxan is no longer in the championship, unfortunately, as things didn't go his way in the Australian Grand Prix. So LP then is in 9th position then, and he is driving in the Haas, and Alhan is out on track at the moment. We've got Sirius Mushroom, we've also got Lesnar just coming up the hill as well, but so Sirius Mushroom is slightly on at the moment, and we're on board over the shoulder with the Rocket Williams team as well. Just accelerating out of turn 8 then, and I am behind on the old stream then as well, as I think as we got Knowles is saying, I love that kit. I think he's referring to the the luminous yellow kit that Chelsea wore in the early 2010s, then, didn't they? I gotta say, someone must like it. So I think me and Nosy got the same kit taste, haven't we? Obviously, great minds think alike. We've also got Ghost there saying, I suck at this track, and combine that with a quality ban, I expect no points there. Serious Mushroom there has unfortunately done some serious damage there to his time, and unfortunately that is it for Serious Mushroom on board Lesnar in the Red Bull. I gotta say though, Ghost, never give up, because I think that this race last night was absolutely incredible. Wasn't it? We had a safety car. Well, I think, did we have 2 safety cars? I can't remember, I suppose. I know we had a virtual safety car. We had a safety car right at the end as well, wasn't it? And of course, Grant, he was so close there to the win there. That would have been his 4th win of the season there. Lesnar goes full fast at the moment, and in the 2nd Red Bull. Serious Mushroom's back in the pits, and Droffer on track. Kingdom is also on track as well. Look at that. He's absolutely nailed his first sector time. 400 to a second down at the moment. And we've also got Hunter saying, how do you like that? How do you like the helmet? Just for I know you like the helmet just for you, Sean. Oh, thanks, Hunter. Of course. I feel touched there. And Glock has asked, what was pole position yesterday? And I think that is a question to itself. I've got to say, a lot has happened between yesterday and today. I'll go back and have a look at the streams in a minute actually and see what pole position was. Of course, it was set by Jonathan Cox. And I got to say, Glock is very close to that time, if not surpassed it already, on a 27.173. I don't think it was quicker than that. I got to be honest, I think that I thought it was a 27.3 or something like that. That was a finger in the air kind of guess. So Glock might have already just smashed it there. I apologise if he hasn't. Kingdom coming up to the line there as well, and he has gone into 13 fastest, good 17. Flea is back out on track at the moment. We've got Droffer starting his lap as well. Alhan is in the that perilous turn 12, and turn 12 has claimed a lot of victims, hasn't it, over the years in league racing. Hopefully we don't get any tonight then, but I think so. The viewers will probably like it, because I think that a lot of people do watch this just to see some crashes, don't they? And the beauty about being online is, of course, no one gets hurt with any smashes there as well. Which is of course also a bonus as well. And of course yellow flag up in turn 4. Alhan goes 2nd faster than the Haas, and my goodness me, that's some serious pace, isn't it? We're watching Fleet and as he's coming into turn 10 now as well. Then of course that is a very difficult corner. I'd say one of the most difficult corners on the calendar, really, especially if you've got manual driving aids. That really is. And really is good stuff. Glock saying, crikey, my best is a 26.5 there. And Glock also saying, nice lap there for Alhan there. I got don't quote me on that pole position from yesterday, because I was I gotta say, I was just astounded at how close it was. Of course, it was all under a 10 second in qualifying yesterday, but I would say the closest qualified session in ALR history. I would definitely say about that in our young history as well. Of course, this is only 3 seasons we've been going, and I gotta say, I've got a lot more grey hair since joining the firm. But my goodness me, it's produced some cracking moments, hasn't it? Brilliant as well. Of course, this is Silver's first season, isn't it? And Flea there on the medium target, it's really building up at the moment. Flea, it's interesting. It's a very interesting dynamic, isn't it? Here comes Droffer going up to full fast in the Toro. Also good stuff indeed. Then Double is on track. We've got 6 minutes to go in this session then, and of course we still got plenty of time to get out there and set a time in. This lap is about an average time lap in terms of we're doing a minute and a half on average. In a minute and a half is quite a slow lap around here, which I think Double Razor is coming the pits and retired then, so that's good stuff indeed then. Well, it's not good stuff indeed from Razor's point. Well, it is good stuff actually, because Razor has decided to put his feet up for a bit and just enjoy the show then. But I'm wondering, track evolution, Razor might be on the back foot later on board with Double Cream Cat. I've got to call him Double Cream Cat for now, because we've got 2 doubles in the field. Now, we're on board for that. He's got like a Martin Brundle-esque helmet there, hasn't he? Of course, Martin Brundle had a bit of a white helmet with a bit of red and blue on it, didn't he? And he's 3 times a second up, double is. Glock has retired from the session as well. I think Glock should be safe. Don't quote me on that one, but I just have a feeling that he might be safe from what Glock calls the class of the field so far in the first ever Silver League there. He's been impressive, hasn't he, Glock? That's a fantastic driver, it really is. Brilliant stuff there from Glock. Got to say hats off to him. But I think all these drives are very good as well. Double is at the moment, he's improved by 5/10 of a second now. I'm wondering if there's more in the locker for Double at the moment. So Double 17th fastest at the moment. Kingdom is in the pits. No, he ain't. He's coming out the pits now in the Toro Rosso. And we'll see what Kingdom can do. Flea is coming back in the pits then. He is also on the cusp as well. I got to say, anyone who is in the 29s is definitely not safe at all. I would say probably even the the late 28s is probably going to be perilous as well, as we just seen who was that that went up the field there. It was 00, 000, them doing a good job there in the racing point, moving up into full position. Lovely stuff indeed then. We've also seen someone else jump up the field as well. Serious Mushroom, who's got up into 7th position then. Flea, Kingdom and Double are in the drop zone at the moment. Ghost, of course, then having a full qualifying ban, so that is why he's sitting on the sidelines, unfortunately for Ghost. Razor is dropping down the field. I reckon Razor might be in a bit of trouble here. So yeah, he's going to be feeling nervous, isn't he? Here comes LPE then, coming down into turn 1 as well then. I got to say, I think since Bahrain going into the lights then has been absolutely, it's incredible, isn't it, to watch it. Of course, remember, this track was used for a lot of the demo, wasn't it, when the game came out. It was beautiful screenshots, it really was. LPE then coming, climbing the hill and going into turn 4 then. If anyone remembers the 2010 version of this race, and I highly doubt anyone will, because it's one of the boredest races you'll ever see in Formula 1. And I don't say that lightly. Oh, LPE going very wide there, but he's still on for a lap then. I got to say then, I don't it's very unusual for me to call any Formula 1 race boring, but I think the 2010 Bahrain Grand Prix, as LPE there had all kinds of armful of oversteer there, and the car just slid off the track there. He's got 3 minutes to get himself sorted out, and had to have another go then. But that is not ideal at all. FIFA Beefy out on track. When we got Flea, Flea's decided to go onto the soft tyres. Now I wonder if Flea was just trying to build up. We got Kingdom starting his lap as well. There is going to be a lot of action there in this qualifying stage, so hold on to your hats, everyone. Hold on to your horses, because there's going to be a lot of horsepower going on this track then, as Kingdom is climbing up the hill now. And you can see DRS is available and open, wide open, going up to turn 4 now before dropping down into 3rd gear. Yeah, continuing on my point now, you can see, well, Kingdom is actually demonstrated beautifully, because the track used to turn left and go up, and it was one of the longest tracks on the calendar, wasn't it? It was not the most entertaining race in the world, was it? Of course, I think the highlight of that race, of course, was Lawson winning his first race for Ferrari, Vettel having a spark plug failure or something of that description, and Hulkenberg there flying off the track. Apart from that, not really much else happened in that race. I don't know why they extended longer, but yeah, they, of course, then they reverted back to the original track back in 2012. Of course, 2011 they missed the race here, didn't they? As there was a bit of civil unrest, wasn't there? And unfortunately, there, so so that's why I missed out Bahrain. Of course, this year we've already seen the Chinese Grand Prix get dropped off the calendar, which is disappointing, isn't it? But of course, because there's real world issues going on at the moment, there, isn't there? Which is of course always which probably always take precedence over sporting events. And Kingdom then coming into the final corner now as well. Then he is light on field. Then we've got a minute and a half to go in this session. Kingdom could potentially go for another lap if he really wants to. He goes at the 5th fast. He doesn't need another lap. Good stuff there. Flea is on track. Well, we've got FIFA Beefy in front of us, and oh, that is not going to be good at all then for his LPE. Is a second off the pace at the moment, so I think he's just going around again. Then we've got on board then with Flea and FIFA, as they're both on laps at the moment, so this is not good at all then from either driver. They're too close together, but Flea there is on the soft compound tyres. This is the first time he's had an attempt on the lap on the soft tyres then, and you can see taking a look at the understeer there, of course, that car in front of us at the moment then. FIFA Beefy there, both these guys are in the drop zone at the moment then. Mr. Lee on track as well then, and we're on board then. So Flea, this is his debut today then, so his full-fledged debut in ALR, and well, he's in the drop zone at the moment there, but I think that, as we said, he's been building, yellow flag in 2, as we got we've got two Toro Rosses there, which are very close company, coming out of turn 8 there. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's occurring with them two. Flea just dropping off the back of FIFA Beef at the moment. And where is he? He's 5/10 of a second up in the second sector, Flea is. What is FIFA doing? FIFA's gone a very good second sector there. Of course, he's gone purple, but I'm not sure if I believe that or not. Flea could potentially pick up a slipstream here. Coming down to the final turn, and as well then is the Toro Rosso going all the way. Flea, FIFA, I mean. I got the first syllable right, I suppose. Lovely shot here then. FIFA comes across the line, and FIFA goes 10th fastest, and Flea goes 5th fastest. What do I know? 5th fastest then for Flea. Good stuff indeed then. In the drop zone, Mr. Elite is there perilously on the cusp now. Van Dord has retired from the session there in 11th position. Van Dord is right in the mix, and V Todd, who is usually one of the qualifying experts, is right down in the drop zone as well. As Alpi, I think, might be out of qualifying, doubles out of qualifying as well, unfortunately. So we've already lost 3 drivers. Who is going to be the final one to go? V Todd then is on the cusp as well. So is Mr. Elite. Mr. Elite is just no, he's behind V Todd at the moment. Razor might be. He can't defend himself. Razor at the moment. We're watching V Todd then as he's starting to climb up the hill. Car 9 then in the McLaren, and he has now come over turn 12 then. Let's see what his second sector is. It is a 4/10 of a second. That should be enough to get through. He only needs he only needs a couple of hundredths there, really, V Todd, to be safe, and so he just needs to carry the momentum going to the end. Then what about Mr. Elite? Mr. Elite is I didn't see the second sector there, unfortunately, as I missed it. Coming up to the line then, here comes V Todd then. I think this should be safe there. I think it's Razor that might be bowing out here, and unfortunately then, at the moment Razor is definitely much on the cusp, and now here comes Mr. Elite coming up to the line. Let's see what he can do, and he is third to 11th fastest, Mr. Elite is, so he's in the cusp, and here comes LPE. I might have wrote him off prematurely here. He's 200 of a second up, though. Razor's done. Who is going to be left then? YBR is also on track. We're on board with YBR then as he flies through. He's 5/10 of a second up. This is a cracking qualifying. What a way to start a qualifying session here in silver. He's dropping down the hill then. Well, he comes over the crest of the hill. Now he drops down into the final turn then. Let's see where's he going to put his car in. Car 46 then accelerated to the line then. Here we go then. That was all about the grunt, all about the downforce on lack of it, and YBR goes second fastest. That's incredible time then for YBR. Razor's out qualified. Lesnar has finished. He's in 15th position. Wow, where's LBE? He's 2/10 of a second down, and he needs an almighty final sector then, because he needs to get at least 4/10 of a second over Lesnar, who is in 15th position at the moment. Lesnar's teetering on the edge then. Here comes LP, and he's in the pits then. So unfortunately, then we have lost Ghost, Double, LPE, and Razor, who retired from the session quite a number of minutes ago now. I'm wondering if he'll be that might have been a mistake there from Razor, because I'm wondering that I suppose he wants to save some tires, but you need to be in it to win it, don't you? Really? So that's unfortunate there for Razor there. So that's a shame. That it really is. But unfortunately, we've lost 4 drivers there in this qualifying session, and we'll go through into qualifying 2 in just a few moments. We're on board Mr. Elite, of course, making a silver debut tonight, and it's great to see him. Great to see Mr. Elite then driving here tonight as well, isn't it? But he's in at 12th position at the moment then. So that was a good start to qualifying, wasn't it? Gosh, I got to say, remember that was only to line up the grid positions from 16th to 19th. Oh my goodness me, there's a lot of changes going on. What's that? Of course, Ghost Recon unfortunately has got a qualifying ban. We've also got Double there, who for 18th, and Alpi 17th, and Razor, of course, down in 16th position there. So Razor is those are the 4 that have bit the dust then, as we're going to go into qualifying 2 in just a few moments then. And I got to say then, of course, qualifying 2, we are aiming to lose. We are lining up for 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th grid positions. And of course, anyone in the top 10 must start on the tires which they set their fastest times on. That is the aim for qualifying 2. A bit of strategical element now coming into this qualifying session. Of course, the drivers have to put their thinking caps on now, don't they? And this is probably one of my more weaker sides, is having to think about anything really. So so yeah, I think that my strategy calls were absolutely appalling. Anyway, then we're going into qualifying 2 now. Then you can see then the artificial lights has taken effect then on this beautiful Bahrainian circuit then, and we are now 15 minutes then into this qualifying 2 session then. So we've lost 3 minutes on the clock then here. So the drivers have now got to be more alert then, more able. I've got to say, we've got a lot of hard tires going on. Droffel on hard tires, Alahan on hard tires. We also seen that Flea Flea, was it? No, I think Flea's on the medium tires as well, and I'm sure it's in another hard somewhere. I can't at the moment then. But you can see then, so all the guys then are really there thinking about their strategies very early on then, aren't they? Who is going to blink first then? It's a McLaren, and it's VTOT then coming out then. Of course, VTOT, and oh my goodness me, that's an unsafe release, isn't it? The Tauros, they're just flying out of the pits then of the Kingdom there, and I've got to say, there's no after use, sir, here, is there? My goodness me, they're competitive, just coming out of the pits. Incredible stuff, isn't it, as they come down the out of the pit entry now then. Of course, then the pit entry can be quite deadly around here, isn't it? Well, especially if you're called Maldonado anyway, as he flipped over Gutierrez, didn't he, in 2014, which was an interesting sight to behold, wasn't it? So Kingdom was the first man on track then in the Tauros. Then they're just starting to they're on an outlap here then. So this outlap is almost as critical as the flying lap itself then. So of course then when I was on my outlap, I used to just dawdle around, just playing about with the settings, pretending like I know what I'm doing. Well, these drivers know exactly what they're doing, don't they? Look at that, they got no ERS on the go then. That's because they want to save the ERS as much as possible. The fuel mix will probably be in lean as well, as they don't want to use as any they don't want to overheat the engine, do they? And of course then you can see Kingdom there taking a very unusual line there into turn 10, because he doesn't want to take any life out of these tires as much as possible, because if Kingdom does qualify 10 for higher, he has to start on these exact tires, doesn't he? And I hate to say, I don't really like speaking about tires much, but unfortunately that's the world of Formula 1 at the moment, isn't it, really? It's been tyre chat ever since 2011, really, since Pirelli came into the sport. But that was their brief. That's not their fault. That's what the organisers wanted, wasn't it? They wanted more tyre strategies, didn't they? Because when Bridgestone was the sole tyre manufacturer, really, it was just kind of one slots, really, wasn't it? When it became when they stopped refueling back in 2010. Yeah, it was just basically one slots, really, wasn't it? Apart from Canada 2020, I think that was the blueprint, really, of what's to come in Formula 1, wasn't it? Really good race that Canadian Grand Prix was. Canada's always a good race, though, isn't it? Anyway, again, I'm going off topic then. Of course, we're talking about Canada. We're here in Bahrain, so yeah, I'm on the complete other side of the world, which doesn't really surprise me or anyone else, really. Kingdom then is starting us up now then, as he is coming up the hill then. You notice then down in Celebrity on the right hand side of the screen, and just under a track map. I love that track map, by the way. It's the brilliant inclusion there, isn't it? It makes me sound a lot more knowing what I'm doing when I actually have no idea what's going on. Yeah, on the right hand side then, the telemetry, then you see that there's a little 5 and a little lightning bolt there. No, he's not the Flash. That is just the electric recovery system that is going on at the moment. And you can see then he is tinkering about that. It's not just about driving the car as fast these days. You have to have a basic degree in science, in rocket science, don't you, really, to drive these cars? It's incredible, isn't it? It's got DRS to activate, haven't you, on those DRS on those activation stages. Of course, got to get the fuel mix in right, haven't you? You've also got to get the ERS and deployment exactly right. Kingdom there, it's got a bit of deployment left, and there's 2 long straights now to go. So that is going to be nip and tuck. Is a VTOL in the background as well. They're flying out of turn 13 and dropping down, and then before going up there, and of course, you do love a track with a bit of undulations on it, and I think that's why this track has also produced some great races as well. It's got a bit of character about it, hasn't it? Kingdom's run out of ERS, but he goes faster. What about VTOL then coming across the line? He goes faster still. We got Renault in the background of Flea. He's done a 29.5 there in the Renault then. We've also got Williams there out at the moment as well. Where's that Williams going to go? Just taking a quick look, and he is just... Oh, no, he's gone fastest. I apologise. Serious Merchant there, doing a good job there. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then we've got Van Dorn there, who is also on track as well. We've got another Mercedes out there as well. Mr. Elite. I'm going around the houses there just to find Mr. Elite, but he's there. Yellow flags up in up in turn 4. Don't worry about that, guys. It is just someone get on the way then. Mr. Elite then is just starting to stop down there, so I was a bit premature there, so I apologise. We've also got a Red Bull coming around as well. Who is it? It's Lesnar, who's invalidated this time then, so he's got to go around again then. These are critical laps, so you don't take any life out of the tires as much as possible. Of course, then, if anyone watched last night's race, my goodness me, Granty was one lap away from winning his 4th race this season there. Wow, we got a lot of lag going on from Van Dorn here tonight, and I gotta say, I think Van Dorn might be still in the Formula E event there. I think, was they in Marrakesh, was they, or something like that? I'm not sure which ones. I need to watch that race still. Anyway, enough about that. Van Dorn has gone full fast on the soft commentars. Mr. Elite with a lot of lock, I should say, on that McLaren. Sorry, Mercedes. Ferrari there just going through now with FIFA Beefy. Then he comes into fifth fast at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. We've got someone recovering there. Who was that recovering? I don't know. I think it was actually just on the track there. Hunter there is on the back straight then. V Todd is going around again, I think. Is he? He is going around again, V Todd is. And he's improved by 0.2 of a second there. So 2 laps there for V Todd and the McLaren. I've got to say, V Todd's qualifying performances are absolutely outstanding. Since Monaco, I keep saying this, but that Red Bull there flying out the pits then. Since Monaco, V Todd has really been impressive in qualifying. So he just needs to get the race results right, doesn't he? And then he should be wow. Oh no! And Lester's in the wall. He's in the wall, and that in turn 12, and so he's the first victim at the slippery curves there. And Lester's ripped off the whole front wing, the whole front element of the wing, and that is there's no element now, is there? He's going to have to come back in the pits and Lester's, and that is a shame now for the Red Bull driver. He has 8 minutes to go to recover there, but that is not ideal at all, is there? The double is just coming up, double zero, just coming up behind Lesnar, who is recovering back to the pits now as well. Look at that, taking such a wide line going into turn 14 and 15. Cut out to the line there as well then. Let's see what he can do then. DRS is wide open then, and double zero goes fast there. Beautiful stuff there from double zero. I've got to say, we've got a star in the making, haven't we? Unfortunately, he didn't do too well in Australia, did he? He had a difficult opening up there, didn't he? There was all sorts of shenanigans in Australia, wasn't it? Which doesn't like the silver guys. They're usually very calm on the opening couple laps. The action usually happens towards the end, doesn't it? But I think Silver was just really excited last week, weren't they? I think they was enjoying the gold race, wasn't they? And they got really amped up for it. Wow, if that's the case, then I've got to say we're in for an absolute treat here tonight, aren't we? Here comes YBR coming up to the line there as well. Glock there is just behind us, and the man who's never been off pole position, has he, in the Silver League, whatever he's drove, so that's an incredible record as well. Alhan is just coming up the hill out of sector 1. Hunter is on the back straight there, dropping down and coming into the start finish straight in just a few moments time. I'm straight ahead of myself by the looks. Car 22 then flying into turn 14 and 15 there as well, coming up to the line. Let's see what he can do. DRS again is open there, and he is in fourth position, just behind his teammate V Todd. And I think that just underlines how good V Todd is in qualifying, because Hunter is no slouch here. Remember, he got pole position last time, didn't he? Alhan there is on the back straight there, and he is now coming up the hill as well. Of course, he's on the hard compound tire. If he gets through on the hard tires, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? I got to say, there is of course, he gets a big window, of course, if he goes on the hard tire. The only problem is that, of course, we're now in the cooler conditions, aren't we? Now it's a night race, and of course we are in the desert. You expect heat to be not a problem there, but of course when it's night time, it can get very chilly in the older evenings, can it? So yeah, I'm wondering, it might be a problem with the tire heat up possibly as well. But I think hard tires there would definitely give you a good old window, won't it? Alhan goes 9 fast mode. He is in the top 10, so he's hit his target time so far. But Track Evolution, as we've seen in qualifying 1, is steep, isn't it? Very steep indeed then. Almost as steep as the climb up into turn 4. And a Glock there, on board Glock then as well then. Got to say, this man has had 4 Grand Slams so far in 7 races. That's incredible, isn't it? He comes up to the line, and Glock goes on a 27.6 at the moment, and he is fast as there. He is very quick around here, isn't he? Glock is. Understatement of the season, perhaps. I am quite an understated person sometimes, but Glock, they're really showing some impressive speed there, isn't he? Remember last time in Hungary, that's our race in Hungary, it was an absolutely frantic race, wasn't it? Of course, everything was going on behind him. It was an incredible race behind him, but I think unfortunately didn't see much of Glock, did we? I don't think Glock sponsors would be too happy with us, would they? Because we don't get to see Glock much, do we? We're on board Force at the moment, then in the yellow Rocket Renault here, and he is now coming, flicking through the mid part of the lap as well. And I gotta say, it's so good to get that part of the course right, isn't it? It really is. Then at the moment, his teammate Flea is in a 12th position there. Forza taking a couple of bites of chair there. Forza was right in the mix there last night, wasn't he? Really up with it, wasn't he? Before he had connection issues, Forza was on course for possibly a podium. I'm not sure how the race would have panned out. And Lesnar's left the session there. I just seen his dot disappear off the map there, and yeah, Lesnar did a bit of a Doctor Who kind of thing and just disappeared then. Any Doctor Who fans out there who watched last night's finale, I'm sure that I'm not sure if you wanted the finale to have a disappearing actor. Oh, by the way, I'm not a Doctor Who fan at all. I just did it on Twitter, really, and I was just trying to be cool. Coming down the hill now and coming into the final corner as well. Look at that, breaking just before the 50-meter board there for this. Goodness me, and these cars have got incredible brake horsepower, haven't they? Forza comes up to the line, and he goes 8 faster, I should say, at the moment. Good stuff there from Forza. Kingdom is invalid his time then, so he's going to have to come in the pits then. Glock is in the pits as well, and Lesnar needs to get his connection sorted to get himself back in as well. Flea is on the back straight as well. Sorry, no, he's not on the back straight. He's on the start finish straight. Then before accelerating out of turn 2, flicking it up and coming up to turn 3. Then DRS is wide open then for Flea. Of course, 3 DRS zones around here. Oh gosh, I haven't even talked about DRS, have I? I don't think anyway. So we've got 3 DRS zones, of course, on the start finish straight. Also between turn 3 and 4, and between 9 and 10 then on board Flea. And of course, this man has really started to build himself up, hasn't he? He started on the hard tires, then he went to the medium tires, and now he's on the soft tires, and Flea is. And let's see what he can do. Can he flee into turn 3, into 2-3 then? And you can see dropping down, and this is such a difficult corner, it really is there. Of course, you've got to brake and turn, and for someone like me who can't do 2 things at once, that is very difficult indeed. Then yellow flag in 2, don't worry about that. We see a lot of yellow flags in qualifying. I mean, a lot of you guys might be wondering what's occurring out there with all the action. There's just guys that are just trying to back off. A lot of guys will be on limp home mode, as the Formula 1 cars would say, as they have as of course they will be on minimum fuel load. They don't want to carry any extra fuel as they possibly can get away with, do they? So they want to be as light as a feather, and I think that's why so that's why they're going slow coming into the pits then, isn't it? So that's why we get to see a lot of yellow flags. We also see a lot of yellow flags between that turn there, don't we? The turn 10, and that is because of as Flea goes over the third fastest. Beautiful stuff indeed. Then he's thrown the cat amongst the pitches. And look at all the cars coming out of the pits. Then we got a Haas, we got a Racing Point. This is going to be 3 minutes of fast and furious stuff, man. I gotta say, this is gonna be great stuff indeed. Yellow flags in 1, then don't worry about that one. And that's I hope Lester's coming back in soon now, because he's gonna miss out on all the action. Ferrari's on track at the moment. We've also got, I think Glock is actually in the pits, and so I've gone all the way around. So we're gonna be on board with we're gonna be on board then with FIFA as he's coming up the hill now then, and he is coming up to turn number 4 then, and you can see then Ferrari's celebrating their 90 years in on this livery in 2019. And so yeah, I think unfortunately it wasn't exactly the most fruitful of yours, was it, for the Scuderia? Hopefully they can come back to fruition, can't they? Of course, I think it's 2007 last time they won a championship, isn't it? That feels like an eternity ago, doesn't it? Incredible, isn't it? How time flies. Of course, I wouldn't have imagined that back in the 2000 to 2004 era. My goodness me, they couldn't stop winning, could they? It was absolutely domination, it really was, between those 5 years. Of course, they had the dream team, didn't they? Schumacher, Rory Byrne, Ross Brawn, Jean Todt. It was a super team, wasn't it? Back in the early 2000s. They were really good stuff indeed. Ferrari have come through a couple of team principals as well, and then of course Stefano Domenicali. They also had Arriva Bene, I think. Is that his name? I liked Arriva Bene. I think that's his name. I was good that they got rid of him. As Forza has retired from this session there, and that's a perilous time to retire for Forza. So he is definitely much on the brink there, isn't he? Here comes FIFA. FIFA is up in this third position. I think that underlines why Forza shouldn't have retired from this session. That is not good at all then. Here comes Droffa coming into the final corner now. He's 8/10 of a second up, Droffa. He's found an almighty amount of time around here. He's coming up to the line there as well. DRS is wide open for Droffa. He goes full fast. It's cracking stuff from Droffa. Alhan is just starting his up as well. Then outlaps there from Mr. Lee and YBR. And this is going to be a very, very good end to qualify. We have got, this is going to be gone in 60 seconds. It's like I'm all over the punch tonight, aren't I? Here comes Alhan accelerating out of turn 8 then in the Haas then. I got to say, since Alhan has joined the series, he's been absolutely incredible, hasn't he? He's been one of the really very consistent drivers. He's been impressive, hasn't he, to say the least, in the Haas. So fantastic stuff. He's been an absolutely cracking addition there to the ALR League. Brilliant. We've got Jochen, of course. Jochen, the man who was who had the most pole position in the ALR history, didn't he? Up until about 2 weeks ago, where Jonathan stole it from him. Of course, Jochen now had 6 pole positions to his name, I think he did. So Yeah, so Jonathan there, of course, is now currently on 8 now, isn't he? But Jochen there going short. Hello, Jochen. Hope you're well tonight. Of course, Jochen, a AOR driver, not ALR driver. He used to be an ALR driver. An AOR driver, Jochen is. And also, we got Glock saying that he wasn't too happy with his lap there, but he is still fast at the moment. And Alhan going into full fast on the medium tire as well, Alhan is. Lesnar's unfortunately done and dusted. So that's a shame now for Lesnar, it really is. Mr. Elite has started his lap now. The checker flag is flying, and I think Van Dorn has retired from the session, and unfortunately he is on track there, so that might be a slap on the wrist there for Van Dorn, but he is out qualifying, so that's Van Dorn out. So we have lost Lesnar, we have lost YBR unfortunately is done as well. So Mr. Elite then, is he going to spoil anyone's fun tonight? Hunter's in the pit as well then. Hunter's going to be having a nervous sweat out there at the moment, I feel. King's Home is on and off at the moment. He is in there, he's doing alright. Mr. Elite is free, 10 to a second up then as he accelerates out of turn 10, then, of course, over the support grid hatches then, and of course alongside there is the drag strip, and now then is Mr. Elite then is going to go away from the drag strip, and he's going to power up the hill then into the perilous turn 12. This is where he's in Leicester damage the car, and he's out of the session at the moment. And he's also out of qualifying as well. And 9 tenths of a second up, Mr. Elite is. That might be, could be a huge problem for Hunter. Hunter, the man who was on pole position last time out, is very much on the cusp as well. Kingdom out on track as well. Then here, Mr. Elite then come through the falter on board the Mercedes driver. Let's see what he's going to do. Look up, Van Dorn's left possession. And Mr. Elite goes into second position at the moment then. And that is incredible. Hunter's on the cusp then. Here comes Kingdom as well. Let's see what he can do then. Kingdom is up into second position. Hunter is out of qualifying. Wow, that's a huge development here in qualifying. That's a surprise. The man who's on pole position in Australia is unfortunately going to be after watching from the sidelines from here on in. That is incredible shock here in Bahrain. Wow, we've had a couple of shocks in that qualifying 2 sessions. I mean, Lesnar unfortunately damaged the car and then didn't get a time in. We've also lost YBR as well. I think he invalidated his last time, which means he didn't get through as well. Forza retired from the session when he was only in 10th position there, so he was perilously close there, wasn't he? And that wasn't good at all then. And unfortunately, we've also lost Van Dorn as well. Van Dorn retired on track and then left the session then, and unfortunately for Van Dorn now, so he's left session. I think it might be lagged, so hopefully he'll come back in just a few moments, and that's a shame then. And also Van Dorn out, and also Hunter out as well. Forza, just an update on Forza. He's feeling a little under the weather there, which is probably why he's struggling down in 13th today. Because especially when he was well up in the top 10 yesterday, wasn't he? He was on a fantastic race there. So unfortunately, Forza not feeling well, but hopefully you feel better soon for us, and I hope you have a good race there as well. It's probably not the best race to feel on this, especially in the desert heat as well. So hopefully you get well soon for us, and but hopefully you enjoy the race. So I remember Mark Webber was really ill in the Fuji race, wasn't he, back in 2007? Unfortunately, he had another irritable problem where Sebastian Vettel went into the back of him, didn't he, when he was in his Toro Rosso days. So of course everyone knows how their team how they felt about each other when they was in Red Bull. So that was kind of a preview of what was going to happen between those two, wasn't it, really? It's quite funny how things like that kind of come around, isn't it? So it's all calm then, as we're now 15 seconds into this session then, and as I took a very, trying to be very quiet with my drinking then, is I'm too scared to mute my mic, because last time I muted my mic I couldn't unmute it, so you would have just had to sit here in silence, which probably is actually a lot better than listening to some Forest Ginger there yap away about all sorts of nonsense as well. Yeah, Glock coming out of the pit straight away then, so Glock is not messing around at all, is it? He is going to go for his incredible 7th pole position in 8 races. That is an incredible tally, isn't it, for Glock? Really good stuff there from this man. My goodness me, really impressive stuff, isn't he? Glock is, I've got to say, he's a star, isn't he? Really is. He's fantastic. He is. I'm not sure if he's a man or a myth at the moment. He's incredible, isn't he? As he comes up the hill then. As I'm just taking a quick look at the older chat there, as Hunter is saying soft runners ruined it, but still I'll race like how of course, Forza saying I feel like hell. So yeah, a lot of hell going on in the comment section over there. As but I think the guys are feeling the burn in the comment section. They're also going to be feeling the burn on the track as well, aren't they? I think that this was the scene actually. I think was it 2005 or 6 where they had the hottest race here. Was it the hottest race in history? I can't remember if it was. I think it was 2005, perhaps. And if anyone wants to help me out on that one, then let me know. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully I made it up. I probably have, to be honest. But I just remember in the back of my mind somewhere that this was the hottest race back in 2005. It was definitely one of the hottest races on track there, wasn't it? It was a brilliant race, wasn't it? 2005 West Coast. Ferrari actually brought their updated car a bit too early there, didn't they? It was fast, but very unreliable, wasn't it? I think Barrichello only had a couple of runs in it, didn't he, in practice? Glock there is just coming through. Let's go on board with Glock, shall we? The man has been on pole 6 times in 6 races. He has drove in ALR silver. This man's unbeaten in the qualified session mode. DRS is right on the money. Let's go on board with him now, and over the grid hatches. He starts his lap now, then. DRS right on the money. Look at the miles an hour there. It's just building. He's on 211 miles an hour before dropping down into first gear. 47 miles an hour, I think he was on before building at the speed again. DRS then right on the money then. Coming up into turn 3 and coming up into turn 4 then. He's only in high mode of ERS at the moment, isn't he? And then you can see this a very off-camber corner, isn't it? Of course, the corner wants to check you on the outside there. Now we go in left, and now right, and now back to left as well, dropping down the hill and taking a long curve there before breaking down into this right-hander there. First gear before going back up the second. Look at that, how quickly he's upshifting there. It's incredible, isn't it, from Glock is. Now I'm going down to turn at 9 and 10. This is very difficult for anyone who does the gears and all that kind of stuff manually. I've got to say, I can't do that. Now going over the support grid hatch as well. And look at this, he's almost off the track. He is off the track. Look at that. How much off the track it was before flicking it in to turn 11 and before building it up then for this infamous turn 12 here then. And of course that turn 12 is, look at that, no lift, no hint of a lift there at all. Brilliant stuff then. Going over the curve then, over the rumble strips then. Now dropping down then before the track will rise up slightly then. Where is he going to brake? Just before the 50-meter board, in between the 50 and 100-meter board. Fantastic stuff. Now DRS is right on the money. Listen to the beat. There it is, and it is a 27.012. That is a pole position there for Glock. A fantastic time. 8/10 of a second in front of Droffa, who is second. But then V-Tot there stops himself in between. Wow, that's very close between V-Tot and Droffa, isn't that? Somehow he squeezed in between them. Good stuff indeed then. We got a second, Toro Rosso in fourth, finish the King Zone. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And we got Cara Arena, I think it was, who just started his lap. Mr. Lee on the lap as well. Then we got Flea then, who's building up. Then we got Alhan, who's on an out lap. We got FIFA. I apologise. FIFA is out on the track as well. And we also got 00 started as well. We're on board with FIFA. Here he comes then into the final corner as well. Then he's got Alhan just in front of him. I don't think he's going to be close enough to pick up a toe, but FIFA is up into fourth position. Good stuff there from FIFA. Waiting for Williams, and it's still Sirius. He is in fifth position there. Sirius and Mastrinaire in fifth position. Good stuff indeed. Mr. Lee is on the second section. Right, here comes Flea going up to full fastest on his debut. Flea is looking very strong indeed, isn't he? Mr. Elite then Alhan and a double out there as well. 00 has got a problem then, has invalidated his time. Mr. Elite then is dropping down the hill then before coming up then into the final corner as well. Let's see what he can do then in the Mercedes. We've only got one Mercedes. I was going to say we have 2 Mercedes, but I think I just dreamt now. Of course, Van Dorn has left the session. Hopefully, it comes back in a minute. Mr. Lee goes 5th fastest there on his silver debut. Looking very good indeed there, isn't he? Alhan there is in the second section. So double is going to have to, 00 is going to have to come in the pits, I think. So Alhan then dropping down and into turn 10, accelerates the way then as he is on the back straight there. Of course, on next to the drag strip as well. There's FIFA in the background there. So we've got 8 cars then who have set times so far. Glock on pole position by 8/10 of a second. Then it's anyone's ball game behind him. It's a 27.8 for V-Tot, a 27.8 for Droffa. That's incredible as well. Flea is a 3/10 of a second away at the moment in full position there. Mr. Lee, a 28.2, a 28.4 for Kington, a 28.6 for Sirius, a 28.7 for FIFA. Brilliant stuff indeed then. As unfortunately my phone just got the weather there. So I better wipe that off. Alhan there coming through the final turn then. Let's see what he can do then. And you can see he's done very well with the ERS deployment here. That is brilliant harvesting. And he goes third fast. Wow! wow, he slopped himself in between Viton and Droff for there. 7 thousandths of a second there between himself and Viton. And on a day there where James Bond's premiere came out, wow, Alhan's got a license to thrill, hasn't he? My goodness me. All I got is a license to grill. But well done to Alhan. He has moved up into third position now. How is he sorting himself in between that? I do not know. Good stuff indeed there. So that's the first round of qualifying done then. Well, the first round of laps done, I should say. And I gotta say, that was a thrilling one, wasn't it? We still got Glock is out on track already then. So Glock there, I think that he wants to see if he gets to the 26 there as well. That'd be a fantastic time there, wouldn't it? From Glock's point of view, really impressive. This man, it's impressive, isn't he? He's 8/10 of a second in front of Vital, who is second at the moment. That is incredible. That is a huge margin, isn't it? Between himself and the guys behind there. We got just under just over 5 minutes to go then. So Glock is out on track. Alhan is coming into the pits then. So yeah, Glock is just winding himself up and ready to go there. Of course, then everyone needs to be is watching and waiting for the race, and the race is coming up imminently just after this qualifying session. That's the beauty about league racing. We have got qualifying and then the race straight after. That is beautiful, isn't it? It's like having a Japanese Grand Prix, isn't it? But every day, brilliant. Well, every week I should say, brilliant stuff indeed. Oh, lovely shot there. Glock just goes underneath us there. I love it that. And now then, so Glock then is just taking his time around here. So you notice that once again, similar to I think who was we on board with earlier? I think it was Alhan, wasn't it? Where you can see not taking any life out of the tires, not taking any ERS deployment at the moment, and making sure that the engine is in a fit state, ready to have a blast around Bahrain. 00 then coming out of the pits fairly early on, as is Viton as well then. So I think as we're on board then, Glock is about to start his lap again. I really enjoyed his first lap. Let's see what his second lap could do now then. So the moment I gotta say, Glock looks like he might have checked out here in this qualifying session. Wow, look at him flying across a brilliant camera shot as well. He's got a car in front of him. The Williams, I think, Sirius Mushroom, who's just come out of the pits. And of course, Sirius Mushroom might be caught up quite quickly because of the fact there he is. Because of the fact that Sirius Mushroom is doing a lot of preparation for his lap. Glock was doing that preparation just a lap ago. It's very serious stuff, isn't it? On board then is Sirius Mushroom get on the way there. Very, very gentlemanly live there. Oh, Glock is invalidated this time there. 200 a second off, and I think he's got enough time to have another go then. So yeah, Glock there, unfortunately validated his time. I think he's just being nice actually, so we can take a look at 00. And here is 00 then, and see he's coming up the hill as well then. And of course this is 00's first attempt then. So let's see what he can do then. Look at this, 00 once again using all the track and then some. That's incredible, isn't it? That's incredible what these guys can do then. That is a proper real racer, isn't it? And look at that scenery there. It's like incredible, isn't it? All these lights that have been erected there. It's incredible, isn't it? Look at them all. It's mesmerising, isn't it? Anyway, enough about the lights. Let's take a look at the track action. Sorry. Oh, double there. Having a get on the power there. Of course, having to correct the car there. And that is going to lose him a milliseconds there. Oh, and you can see, I thought he was going wide there. Great way to stop the car there. You can see that the purple button is the DRS, the drag reduction system. Oh, the rear wing is open there. We can't see the rear wing as we're just looking forward there. Now is now building up the hill. Sorry, 00 is building up the hill there. Coming into turn 12 as well. And this coming in very perilous corner then. And he is doing a good job there. 058 there in the second sector. Good stuff indeed. Glock is back in the pits and Glock is. Has he got enough time to come back out? He might have enough time now as the Red Bull mechanics are just wheeling him back in. Just as we're enjoying this incredible onboard footage there with 00 and he's coming out of the final corner as well. Let's see where he can put himself at 27.0 is the benchmark time. Is he going to beat? He's at 27.5. That's second position there for 00. Good stuff for the man in his second race there. Right on the money. V-Top then is coming to the line. V-Top there unfortunately improved, but look at that, and he's almost on his that is incredible time by 300 a second from his best time. V-Top's retired from the session there, and oh, that's not course, we don't like drivers to retire on track there because the cars can become a hazard. There. Vito does park on the side of turn 2 then, and no one is in the vicinity of him. So hopefully that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And the only guys that are in the vicinity are the guys then that are just coming out of the pits as well. On board, Sirius Mushroom, who's currently 9th at the moment at 6.22 is currently best at the moment. Then flicking through turn 13, then 1 minute to go. Well, 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in this qualifying session then, as the countdown is on for the race. Then of course says, I'm sure that's what all you guys have come to see, and it's certainly what I've come to see as well. But I gotta say, I enjoy qualifying as well. Serious Mushroom though is coming into the line, and let's see what he can do. And Serious Mushroom goes in the 6th fastest. Good time for Serious Mushroom. 28.004. So close to breaking into 27 from Serious Mushroom, but a very strong end to qualify. Good stuff indeed. Then Glock is back out on track then. So Glock has come back out for a second bite of the cherry, hasn't he? And I'm just taking a look to see. I think that's 00 who's coming in the pits, and it's 00 there as done for the day. VTOL is done for the day as well. So 00, cracking performance there for 00 in his second race there. He is second at the moment. VTOL is third there, once again showing some incredible speed then. Alhan now coming across the line there as well. Alhan going purple on his outlap there. That's impressive, isn't it? Now coming into turn 1, and a lovely shot of the media centre there, but we're not really keen on that at the moment, is it? I know it's a incredible architect structure, which is probably a great success and all that. But oh, we got Droffler, who has gone into the barrier, gone into the Armco barrier. He is sported. Well, he is showing off a new version of front wing, which I would say that's probably the best way for Formula 1 to go, really get rid of the end plates, really. But unfortunately, there for Droffler, he has damaged the car, and that's his qualifying session done and dusted. He is out of qualifying, unfortunately, and that is a shame now for Droffler. He's going to be finishing in the end. He will be in 5th position as the highest is going to go. Same with 00. He is not going to get pole position today. VTOL is not going to get on the front row either, but he might be looking over his shoulder. Now Droffler might be as well. Track Evolution. Let's see what it's like then. Alhan is coming up the hill now then, flicking it through turn 12 then. As this is where Droffler went off earlier. Yellow flag, and what is we got all sorts of shenanigans going on. As we go, dear. You can see there, that's a Toro Rosso in the background of Kings. That was had a problem. They were very close together there, weren't they? I wonder if they've come together or have just impeded each other, perhaps. Alhan there is coming through the final turn then. Let's see what Alhan can do then. He's 2/10 of a second up. Is that enough to get him into second? It is. He's in second. He's on the front row of the grid. Brilliant time there for Alhan. My goodness me, that's a great time there from Alhan. Brilliant stuff. Here comes FIFA coming through the final turn as well, and we're on board with the Ferrari driver. Let's see what he can do, and he is in 9th finish there. Good stuff indeed there for FIFA. Glock has just got past. He's 2/10 of a second up. This is enough to go into the 26s. Can Glock get into the 26s then? Just behind him there is Mr. Elite. Then Mr. Elite is abandoning his lap and coming in then. Glock is on pole position once again then. He's in the 26.670 then. That's an impressive time there from Glock. Brilliant stuff indeed there. And Flea then finishes his first qualifying session in 7th position there. Good stuff there from the debutant. Great stuff from Mr. Elite as well, who is also making his debut in silver. But Glock, 26.670. My goodness me. Great time there from Glock there. 9/10 of a second there in front of Alhan, who was second. And brilliant stuff there from Glock. Fantastic indeed then from the Red Bull driver. And he is now on pole position then for the 7th time in 8 races then. So this man there, once again there, he's basically, he just needs a reserve parking sign on that pole position at the moment, doesn't he? Glock, incredible stuff indeed there. What an end to qualify now. Got to say, it's all nip and tuck behind now, isn't it? Alhan is second. 3rd position is 00. Brilliant stuff for 00. VTOL in 4th position. Droffler in 5th. Unfortunately, Droffler didn't get a second bite of cherry, did he? In the Toro Rosso, after he ended up in the wall, on the inside wall here. Unfortunately for the Toro Rosso driver. So, but hopefully he can get rid of that mistake then out of the system and get ready for the race then. 7th position is 6th position is Serious Mushroom. Flea on his debut, 7th position, good stuff. Mr. Elite is in 8th position there. 9th position is FIFA Beefy and Kingston, both Toro Rosso drivers only getting one chance in this qualifying session, unfortunately. So I don't think they showed their true pace there going into the race. And the countdown is now on then for the race itself, Ben. And I gotta say, Van Dorn is back in the session. That is absolutely fantastic news. It's great to see Van Dorn back in. Unfortunately, I'm a bit concerned about Lesnar though. Lesnar might not be able to take the start if he doesn't get back in the next minute or so, really, and that's a shame for the Red Bull team, isn't it? Because Red Bull have lost their lead in the constructors, haven't they? So they really need to get themselves back going on. Back going on all cylinders there as well, of course. And yeah, just to reiterate, retiring on track is not allowed then, as I've just seen a message there on the old messenger as well. Yeah, retiring on track is a bit of a no-no really. So Yeah, unfortunately, one or two drivers might get a slap on the wrist. I got to say that I usually want those drivers to retire on the track as well, because especially when you've invalidated your last run there, it's really irritating, isn't it? And you just want to get it done there, don't you? And just focus on the race there. So yeah, I do understand that. But yeah, of course it does. It does sometimes affect other drivers, doesn't it? But luckily it didn't affect anyone today there. But yeah, it might affect someone in the future, especially somewhere like. But especially somewhere like Germany, for example, that's a very narrow track, isn't it? Which is our next venue, actually, which is coming up in a week's time then. But enough about Germany. I got to say, I do like Germany, but we need to be more concerned about this Bahrain Grand Prix, don't we? So let's go through the grid, shall we? From front to back, we got 29 laps around this beautiful Bahrainian circuit then, here in Sakhir. And on pole position for the 7th time in 8 races, Glock there. Alongside him is Alhan. I think Alhan has shown some incredible pace there in the Haas, and isn't he? Taking it, really doing a good job there, and 0-0 there in his second race there. Really good stuff indeed there from 0-0. Brilliant. Vitor there once again shown he's got some speed, hasn't he? Can he? Because he's only got 12 points in his ALR career, which is absolutely criminal, isn't it? Really, because this man should be well up in the championship with his speed there, shouldn't he? He's in 4th position. We've got Droffer in 5th position. 6th position is Serious Mushroom. Flea is in 7th on his debut. I wonder how he's feeling. 8th position there is Mr. Elite with Miss FIFA in. No, I was going to say Mr. Beefy. FIFA. It might be Mr. Beefy. FIFA Beefy in 9th position. Then we've got Kingzome in 10th position. Then those guys all have to start on the tyres, so they set the fastest times on in Q2. So the first 6 on the medium tyres, the last 4 of Flea, Mr. Elite, FIFA, and Kingzome are all on the soft tyres. Then Hunter is in 11th position. There, missing out on qualified by a threat there, and unfortunately there for Hunter that he's in 11th position. Van Dorn hasn't got in his car yet, but he's in 12th position. But he's a bit of a ghost there out there. We got Forza, who is really, of course, feeling under the weather at the moment, isn't he? So, but hopefully he's feeling a lot better than Mark, whoever was back in the Japanese Grand Prix 2007, I should say. He's on the medium tire as well. Van Dorn on the soft, I should say. YBR also on the medium as well in 40th position. Lesnar is parked in the pits. He is done for today. Razor in 16th position on the medium tires. Alpe is going for the hard tires, so he's in around the hard tires. Alpe is double on soft, and Ghost, who unfortunately has had a qualifying ban, is also on the soft tires as well. Deep breath, everyone. This is where the anticipation begins, and this is where the adrenaline builds up. Then, as all the proceedings have done, then all the qualifying stuff is over now. This is where it really begins, and this is where the points are starting to be awarded. Then, as we got to 18 cars on the grid and ready to get going here in Bahrain. Then we got 5 sets of lights. There's going to be a pause because there usually is, then, and we'll be ready in just a few moments then, as a brilliant starter from Leslie flies through the field, and it is go! Great starter from Glock there, and Alhan also getting away very well indeed. Then we've got 3 abreast that go down to turn 1. The good stuff indeed then, as a Glock there is leading the race. Then second position there is Alhan. 3rd position is double, and there's ghosts everywhere at the moment. Then I've got to say I'm interested in this, and they're coming through turn 2 and 3. Then they're looking like they're all through. Then it's getting very tasty there, so you can see, look, it's a drag race. So 2 by 2 as they come up the hill then, and they fly into turn, and look at this, they're on board FIFA as it's getting very, very dicey into turn number 4, and as it's got Van Dorn who's leading the race at the moment, since we've got a bit of a desync as well. Glock is the lead in second position, is Alhan. 3rd position, yellow flag, it's YBR there is facing the way. Lovely shot here, but unfortunately we're trying to look for the racing point, which is coming down the hill now. There he is. So unfortunately YBR there is spinning around that Glock, Alhan, and then we got double as well. Has we got any damage? But I think it's all been clean so far. Good stuff. Mr. Lead is up into 5th position. Fantastic. Oh my goodness me, look at them all. They're all over the show, aren't they? My goodness me, they're climbing all over each other. This speed on. There we go, Fry. There we go, Hunter. Hunter's got damage. Hunter has got damage there. I spoke too soon. Hunter's got damage there. Kingzome is going up the inside into turn 12. Hunter, where is he? Oh, he's gone wide there. Hunter has. My goodness me, they're flying through. Yellow flag in here. There's a Williams off. There's a Williams off in the background. And my goodness me, they're all going off there. That's Ghost Recon as his event goes from bad to worse. They're on board Van Dorn as he's got front row seat Elite of what's going on here. And I thought he was going into serious Russian. Glock has set a fast on the race. And my goodness me, look at them all coming in the pits there. Wow, that was close, wasn't it? I think the old man is in the pits there for that gaggle is Hunter there. So Hunter is in the pits, and the other man then to come in the pits and after that one then. I've got to say that was much better than yesterday's race then. And they come flying down into turn 1 then when the camera gets there. There they are. And Forza is in at 10th position. Oh my goodness me, LP that is flying on those hard tires. He's going up the outside of Serious Russian going into turn 4. Not quite as Serious Russian there. And look, LP, I think I'm saying LP that is on the contact there. A bit of contact there. Where's Razor? Razor's going to go on the inside. LP's gone wide then, but LP's still got the inside. But Razor goes on the outside, takes 13th position, takes the initiative. Good stuff, Ben. Good driving. I'm loving that. Hats off to all those guys and brilliant stuff indeed then. I'm loving that. Fantastic. Oh my goodness me. Look at him. He's crying all over the gearbox of that Ferrari then. And it's been a very interesting start, hasn't it, here in Bahrain? Fantastic, brilliant. And just taking a quick look through the field then, and oh, look at that, Mr. Elite and Flea there are just getting acquainted with each other, isn't they? They were sharing this fourth row earlier, weren't they? Now they're getting acquainted on the track as well then. Let's take a quick look at the big winners and losers then from that opening exchange then. Hunter dropping down 6 positions, as the Serious Merchant dropping down 6 as well. Big winners then. I think we got a couple of guys up 3 positions, so double up 3, LP up 3. We've also got 3 positions for Forza and Mr. Lee and Flea. Flea is now on the outside. It's turn 1 then, but Flea has got a very slippery car there in that Renault. And of course, but he's gone in wide now. Now Mr. Lee is going to go up and under, but Flea there is it looks like, must admit that Flea there. Good job indeed there for Flea. A wise head on young shoulders, perhaps, there for the Renault driver in his debut today. Doing a cracking job there. Positions his car absolutely wonderfully, isn't he? Splendid stuff from the Renault driver. We got 18 cars in this race, and Ghost Recon, unfortunately, is on the medium tires. Hunter's gone the soft tires to see if he can make up for any lost time. And look in the foreground, a 0-0, and Alhana really keeping close company of each other. Glock is just about still in DRS range at the moment from Alhan, so he's not wandering away just at the moment yet, is he? We're watching the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th among V-Todd there, still in the mix there as well, which is good to see. Van Dorn is keeping Forza very much honest at the moment, because Forza not feeling well at all. Van Dorn there is, of course, returned to the session there, of course, after dropping out earlier on. And Double is very much keeping LP very much in close company. There's been a bit of dicing going on here, and LP there, well, a lot of movement on that straight there. So LP has gone wide there, he's on the hard tires. Double needs to make hay once the sun is shining. LP goes running slightly wide, and this Double going to go up and under there, coming into turn 13. He's having a lunge. Oh my goodness me, Double has to back out there, I think. And then now that is allowed YBR, who is dropped down the field as well. He's in 16th position, YBR's. That is out of place. Remember, this man is 4th in the championship at the moment, isn't he? Double having another look there. He might have compromised himself there, isn't he? V-Todd is all over the back. He's all over the back of Mr. Elite there. Now LPE then is going at the inside there. Look at that, what action here. Brilliant stuff there. As Double is dropped down to 16th position there. Oh, has he? Oh my goodness me. We've also got V-Todd and Flea who batted away as well. I'm not sure what to watch here. We're going to have to watch these guys, because look at this. It's Mr. Elite, it's Flea, and it's also V-Todd as well. And these guys are cracking out scrap here. And that's a Toro also flying off the track in the background there. And 0-0 in Alhan are also batting away as well. Oh, Flea has had a problem there. And look at this, the McLaren is going to go on the outside. The Ferrari is on a look on the inside. He's going over the curb. He's going over the curb there. 3-second penalty there for the Haas driver as well. Oh my goodness me, now the Ferrari. Oh my goodness me, drop off. He's going to go over and under into turn 10 then. That would have been very ill-advised, wouldn't it? Well, we've got a bit of a queue now, haven't we? A bit of follow the leader, so to speak, haven't we, behind Flea, as he is the cork in the ball there, isn't he? And that's a McLaren there who's having a good old look. He is through. He's gone deep there. Look left. There he is. There's Flea then. Is he going to go on the inside? Oh my goodness me, I'm going to close forward. That's going to be incredibly close. Wow, I thought he's going to go up and under there. Wow, incredible stuff, Ben. And Mr. Elite there was just serenely pulling away from these gaggle cards at the moment. He's just, I think he's just enjoying them as how I saw these guys are battling to them. Look at them all, look at them all. It's incredible, isn't it? Wow, that is brilliant stuff. How close are they? This is just standard action here in silver, isn't it? And Droffer's got by FIFA in the background there. So Mr. Elite, look at them all. Wow, they fly through us, don't they? And now as V-Todd is up the inside, he takes 3, he passes Flea, he moves up in 5th position. Flea is on the soft tires. Mr. Elite's also on the soft tires as well. What's happening in the background? Well, there's a lot happening in the background. Kingdom is got by Serious Mushroom. Serious Mushroom's going to try and come back out and come up in 2. And that's a Renault. That is a Renault going up the inside of a Vuitton and back in the 5th position. Flea is not giving up, is he? Brilliant stuff, Fed. Dropper's all over the back of the McLaren car as well. And lap 5 already. My goodness me. I got to say, I don't think we're going to have enough laps to cover all this action, are we? This is incredible stuff, Fed. Really is, Fed. Flea is now dropping. He's almost 1.5 seconds back from Mr. Elite. Then Alhan is still keeping tabs with 00, who I think's in front of 00 now. Apologies, I missed that. I've been so enthralled in this battle here. It's been, I got to say, it's been a full-time job looking at this battle at the moment, because look at the wall. It's incredible. It really is, then. Oh, so I'm back on board then with Droffer then, who's up in his 7th position at the moment then, and just keeping tabs on these guys, and really brilliant stuff. And all these guys are in DRS range as well. Flea has not got DRS because he's almost 2 seconds back from Mr. Elite, and we've got Van Dorn, who is, I think, defended himself brilliantly well from Razor. So Razor there just getting very interested. He's good go up the inside, is he? He's having a look there. But nothing doing just yet then. As and still Double is in front of Alhan. We have got someone in the pits there as well then. What is going on here then? Flea is back on the inside. He's gone very wide. Oh my goodness me. He's gone off onto a different country there, Flea has. He's come back on the track now. People are going to have to take a base of action on it. Where is he? Force is in front of him as well then. And look at this. There's the McLaren is under the fence from Droffer. Droffer's going to go. No, not quite then. Flea is dropping down into 9th position then. 4-7 to 8. Flea down in the 9th position there, and we got YBR battling away, and he's up to 30th position as well. I reckon YBR's going to be getting very interested in this battle soon, isn't he? King's Home is on the medium compound tires, so he's the first one to blink and go on the medium tires. Oh, lovely. Look at this. What an incredible shot here in Bahrain. This is a fantastic helicam shot, and we are following Flea at the moment in the Renault. Look in front. There's Forza there who's having a look at. Oh, that's a Ferrari off the track then. And FIFA is going off the track. That's going Dulles from now Forza's up the inside. He passes the Ferrari. Unfortunately, then FIFA drop it down into 8th position then. So that's a shame there for FIFA. Questions about the soft compound tires, and isn't it? How long these soft tires going to last for? Well, they didn't last too long last night, did they? There you go. As LPE then is looking very tasty, isn't he? On the back of the racing point of YBR there. God, my goodness me, that was nip and tuck, wasn't it? Very close, Gareth. Look, there's one car at the moment, isn't it? Look at this, and he's gaining. Now YBR's just starting to pull away there, so they come down the back straight. Remember, LPE is going for the long-term gain here, and he is going for and look at how much though he just pulls weight, and we got a lot of pit activity, haven't we? All the soft compound runners apart from Van Dorn there has come into the pits. So Van Dorn is having a look then going into turn 1 then, and V Todd there is under a lot of pressure there from Droffer, to say the least there, isn't he? And as they come up the hill again, Droffer pulls out from underneath the rear ring of V Todd. He's up the inside. He takes the McLaren. Can he stay up there? Well, V Todd's going to go up and under, but I think the job is done. Job is done there. Good 17 then. Razor is passed. Oh, Van Dorn! It's gone off the track there. No, he got someone else up first. Well, I thought it was, but no. I think Van Dorn has had the venture somewhere, and it's dropping down the order. Then YBR's all over the back of Van Dorn. YBR! My goodness me! That was a lunge and a half, wasn't it? Alfie! Oh, goodness me! We've had a smash there. And, oh dear. And almost going into the side of double as well there. YBR and oh dear, so that wasn't good at all. That I think there was a big old lunge there from YBR from quite a long way back there. We didn't have a very good camera angle there, did we? But is there damage on Van Dorn's car? Look, oh, there is damage on the car there for Van Dorn. What a shame there for car 47, who was really very much in the mix of it as well. So he's going to have an extra couple of seconds onto his pit stop, because they have to change the nose cone on that Mercedes. Because I doubt he's going to be able to stay out with that understeer Mercedes there, because he's going to lose an awful lot of time. Look at Double there; he is ready to strike as well, isn't he? So Double and Van Dorn, the only two men that are on the soft tires, that remain on the soft tires. Soft tires for Hunter as well, but I think that he came in the pits and switched to soft tires, didn't he? Van Dorn is staying out, so is Double as well then. And now, hopefully, we'll have a bit of calm in this race, won't we? We're on board Fleet at the moment, and he is just taking stock of what's going on. Hunter is just in front of us at the moment. And we've got pit activity in for YBR. He is in after just 7 laps on the medium tire. Then, so let's see what YBR does. And he is not changing the nose cone, but he is going on the hard tires then until the end of the race. Then Glock then leads by 4 seconds. Then second position is 00. Third position is ALR. These guys are on a crack no battle for second and third. Really enjoying this. This is brilliant stuff indeed, isn't it? Fourth position is Drop. Fifth position is VTOD then, and yellow flags. That's a Renault. Sorry, that's a Haas. He's right off the track there. My goodness me, then that was a yeah, he took. I think he was on the old track there. Wasn't the LP there? I'm not sure up and there then, but I think he might have done a Hamilton there and really. Whoa! It's who is off the track? That's Van Dorn there. He is really struggling there, isn't he? And now Double is having a 9 finish there. Van Dorn is dropping down to 10 finish. We're on board with Van Dorn there. So I remember he's lost the end plate there. Look at how much understeer he's got on this Mercedes then. Very difficult to turn the car there, isn't he? As I have kicked over my bottle of water, I'm in trouble. And you can see then it's Van Dorn's gone wide. Then it's he's gone up the inside LP. Not quite as he carries on then on board there with LP then as he is on the hard tires. He's the only man that's on the hard tires, I think, on the in the field, and so he is going awfully long way in this race. We've got 20 laps to go. Hunter has got a so we got an overtake there. Forza's dropped down to 7th position, 6th position. Remember, Forza's not feeling well. 6th position there for Serious Russia, but Forza's not giving up, is he? As he's just trying to gain there, isn't he? Forza's, but Serious Russia there has got the position. Oh my goodness me! And look at this though, is that we got some great balling now. Van Dorn is all over the back of the house, and so LP is up in 2. Is up in 2, 8th position, or is he? Not for long, because Van Dorn is back at the inside, and Van Dorn is now dancing on the outside. He is through, and up into 8th position. He's got past LP and back up into 8th position then. Or has he? No, LP's got back on the outside, and look at this, LP's on the outside. That's a cracking move over there from LP. Remember, Van Dorn does have damage there, but that's still an absolutely stupendous move. And my goodness me, that balling the other way coming down this hill. FIFA is 11th position, Flea is in 12th position. Is oh my goodness me, yellow flag in one then, and who's that? I think that's one of the Williamses, is it? I think it might be a Ghost there, just recovered as well. Razor's off the track. Razor's off the track in the Ferrari then, so he's just recovering there, but he hasn't got any damage then, so I'm wondering if he's come to blows of someone as well. Flea then is at the moment in 12th position then. Yeah, it's some brilliant stuff indeed done. We're on lap 10 then. The guys who started on the on the medium tires and still come in the pits. So there's been a couple of guys on the medium tires that have come in the pits. So it's Glock, Alhan and 00 then battling away. I think Alhan's back up in the second position, so Double has dropped back down the third. I keep missing them two battling there. VTOD is having his best race of his career so far, isn't he? Can he keep up then? Of course, he had a great race in Monaco until it all fell apart. So that is the question. Can VTOD keep himself in the mix? And that is the question as they come across the line and complete lap 9 then. These guys are 11th, 12th and 13th position at the moment. Look at them all, they're very close to each other, aren't they? And we've got, and Flea there is coming from a long way back. I thought really they're very aggressive. They're pulling from the slipstream there very aggressively on the Ferrari there, but unfortunately I think he's lost a bit of momentum as he comes up the hill. And look at them all, wow, incredible stuff, Ben. And now he's going to go up the inside. Oh my goodness me, that was a long way back there. And oh dear, they've come together there. Flea, that was a bit wild there for the Renault driver there, and unfortunately that is hurt FIFA as well as Flea then. I think that was a very long way back there for Flea then. Unfortunately, luckily there's no damage on that Renault there, but maybe you should have bided his time slightly more there. So that's unfortunate. There's Hunter there, is 12 seconds back at the moment, having a bit of a miserable day at the moment. Hunter is at the moment, isn't he? In the second McLaren, whilst his teammates having a good old battle in 5th position, is he? In the second McLaren, good stuff there from VTOD. Then very much on the money today, and I'm absolutely loving it, isn't he? Of course, as I said before, as I said in qualifying, he's a fantastic qualifier in the race. There, it just doesn't seem to go well for him, does it? Both Mercedes there are really close scare. Van Dorn is done 9 laps on these soft tires. That's an incredible achievement, isn't it, in of itself? Good stint there from Van Dorn. But now, there's Mr. Elite there has just passed his teammate, and into the pits there comes Van Dorn. I wonder if he's going to have to change the front nose code. I think he is. And FIFA is very close to the back of Kingto as well. As the Ferrari driver, of course, had a bit of a problem earlier. Razor has just got by double, and Razor's now put the 15th position there, 16th position there. Is double Ghosted just in the background as well. Ghost is still trying to recover from the qualifying ban that he had earlier, the qualifying ban that he had the other day, and he is still in 70th position at the moment. We've also got King's Zone in FIFA. Sorry guys, I'm all over the show here. I'm really struggling to keep up with it. It's incredible battles out there at the moment. It's brilliant stuff, isn't it? And what do you expect from Silver? Absolutely fantastic stuff. It really is, isn't it? It really is, isn't it? And this is the battle for the final points playing position at the moment then. Remember last night that we had the winning strategy, I think. What was the winning strategy? I don't know, to be honest. It was incredible, wasn't it? I think yeah, Granty went on the I think he had medium then soft tires, didn't they? Whilst I think Fisher had well, I think the safety car came out and really just put pace that, didn't they? And I think that's why the strategy was all over the show, isn't it? Forza is once again very close to Serious Musher. He's going to go on the outside. Is he in turn 14? My goodness me, that would have been incredible. But he's going to go for that there. He's had a lot more momentum there, isn't he? And into the pits there comes Serious Mushroom and also Viton and Droffa as well. Forza is carried on and he is up into 4th position there as well. Droffa in the pits there. Viton in the pits as well. So we've got pit activity then here in Bahrain. Then he's on the hard compound tyre. I think they're all on the hard tyre. Droffa's on the hard as well, and good stuff indeed. Then great stuff for the pit crews, isn't it? It's like mesmerising, isn't it? Williams mechanics getting to work now then, and Serious Mushroom on the hard tyre as well. He is away then. LPE then is coming to the pits very early on. That is not what I was expecting there, but he's on the medium tyres. Can he get to the end on the medium tyres from there? I'm not too sure on that one, but I have been wrong in the past there, as you all probably know all too well. FIFA is very close to the back of Kingdom. Oh, goodness me, that was very close there, coming out of turn 1, as Kingdom there is starting to pull away. Then LPE and YBR is still battling away there, aren't they? I think that I've got to say, they've got a grudge match going on, haven't they? FIFA is still in 10th position, Kingdom still in 9th as well. They're starting to spread out slightly now in this stage of the race, and his strategies now starting to play out in the background. There is Razor, Double, and Ghost is having a good old look on the inside, and we're on board with Ghost, and he's on the medium tires, still 10 laps on the medium tires. Double is done 3 laps on those hard tires, and Double will hopefully be going to the end from that stage, I think, depending on how he can look after those tires. And Ghost are getting very wild there, and look at this, and Double there has had a problem then, and now Ghost going to go for the end of them, but Double the mode, and Glock is in the pit, so Glock is coming in the pit, and he is down into and go Double there going well wide there, got off the track, and Ghost is up into 15th position. Double dropping down into 6th position. Then Alhan leads the I was going to say Malaysian Grand Prix, then the Bahrainian Grand Prix. Second position is Double. Force in 3rd position. Glock is in 4th. Mr. Elite is 5th, and he's 21 seconds behind the battle up front there, isn't he? Bit of golf in class at the moment there, isn't it? Brilliant stuff from the guys up front. Fantastic. Then we got Droffa in 6th position, VTOD 7th, Serious Mushroom 8th, Kingzo in 9th position with FIFA in 10th. LPE is very close to the back of his rival in this race, which is YBR. And look at this, and they're coming back at each other. Now LPE has got the softer tyres at the moment, and YBR is going to defend for it's right there going in the turn 1 there. Oh my goodness, brilliant manoeuvre on the outside. That is a fantastic move there. Hats off for LPE. That is a brilliant manoeuvre there. Yellow flag at 2, because that is a car right off the track. That is a car right off the track. Then it is it's Double is off the track there, and oh my goodness, and now we got the second Racing Point who's gone as well. Racing Point have had a mare in the final, where he's coming back on the track now. He is I don't know what's going on there. Double is all right off the track then in this race, and I'm not sure if he's well, he's going the wrong way and he's damaged the car. He's out of the race. Double out of the race then in this race, and well, yeah, he's out of the race in this race, but what, I don't know what Alhan is in the pits, and YBR is trying to recover it after also spinning 4 Racing Point. I've had an appalling run of an appalling basically couple of seconds there, haven't they? Out of the race then, Double from the 2nd position then. YBR is back up in front of Double as well, as he had a half spin there as he was battling away with LPE there, was the earlier on in this lap there. Forza's in the pits as well. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there with the second place man, then 00, but that is a shame, isn't it, for the Racing Point, who was doing a cracking job there. Now it's our first retirement in this race. Brilliant stuff, good reliability, and also good driving as well from up and down the field. Then Kingzone and FIFA, and Forza's in this as well. Look at this, this is great stuff. It's the Ferrari and the Toro Rosso and the two Italian teams, and Forza's in there as well. Forza's in there as well. Ferrari, oh my goodness me, and look at this, and they're getting wheel to wheel as they come up the hill, and wow, impressive stuff. Look left, look at that, that's a Ferrari on the outside, that is beautiful. Oh, contact exactly the same to what happened with Alpine and YBR. Oh my goodness me, I thought Flea was going to go to the side of that Toro. I said, good gosh, I'm glad the Ghosted's off then. I know, because that would have been an almighty shunt there. Unfortunately, it looks like 2 into 1 down that hill does not go, does it? And unfortunately, that is exactly the same carbon copy incident that happened there a lap earlier with LPE and at YBR there. So Kingzone there, unfortunately, coming off the worst there between himself and FIFA, and he's lost about 6 seconds to that. 6 seconds in that scrap there as well. Forza coming out just in front there, and I think he'd be happy with that then, because he didn't want to lose any more time than what was going on there. Oh. And 00 has left the session there, unfortunately. I'm not sure what happened with 00, so hopefully you can find out. As he was battling away, and he was battling away up at the front there, wasn't he, in the battle for first and second there, before he came in the pits. So that is an absolute travesty there, isn't it, for 00 there? Two races, two retirements, but he's shown some incredible speed, hasn't he? 00 has. So that is a shame there for the man who's in the Racing Point then. So hopefully he can get some more. Hopefully he can get some more good luck later on in this. Later on in the next race, which is in Germany. On board with Van Dorn, and Van Dorn there is only, well, he's in the DRS range now, isn't he? And he is really hunted down double there, who's just put on the hard tyres. And so is Van Dorn as well. Look at the foreground, there's YBR, who's having a very tough race. Remember, he's in 4th position in the championship, isn't he? And Double there defended absolutely beautiful. Of course, remember, he's a very experienced driver, Double is, isn't he? So doing a cracking job there, keeping his position his car absolutely wonderfully well. Van Dorn there, my goodness me, that was a lunge, wasn't it? That was a controlled lunge. That was a Ricardo S lunge. And the Double there, trying to come back at him, going to side by side into turn 6 there, but in the end there, Van Dorn there, that was a cracking move there from Van Dorn there, really very much put it all on the line there, and Van Dorn there getting squirmy there, coming out of the hairpin there, isn't he? On board with YBR, who seems to be once again there coming from behind there, doesn't he? As he's having to recover once again. Then YBR, as him and LPE came together earlier on in the race. And so remember, this man is 4th in the championship, isn't he? But unfortunately, he's having a very tough day today, isn't he? Glock is 9.8 seconds in front as it stands at the moment in the Red Bull, getting very close to the back end. The Ghost there, isn't he? Ghost there, it's done 13 laps on those medium tires. Those medium tires are going to feel very second out at the moment. They ain't going to pass an MOT test at this rate, are they? So I think Ghost might be coming in imminently, because I think that is around the max. Oh my goodness me, LP there is YBR there is giving him a bit of a nudge there. Ghost is not coming in the pits then. So let's look at this, and it's Ghost there just inching and giving him just about enough cars with he is passed up in the 30th position there. Ghost dropping down to 14th, and YBR is on his way, or is he? Ghost there is trying to come back out there, isn't he? Well, great fight there, isn't it? Ghost there is not giving up. It doesn't matter about his tires, is it? He just enjoys racing. That's what we love to see, isn't it? And look at him, he's gaining, he's coming back on the inside. Oh my goodness me, there's contact. There's been a bump and a grind going on. YBR is a through then, and we're back up in the 13th position then. Oh, I gotta say, they've all had their shreddy week tonight, haven't they? My goodness me. Wow, I gotta say, it's been a brutal stuff on that, isn't it? I love this Anycam shot, by the way. I really enjoyed it. Just look at that on this circuit. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It's incredible stuff, isn't it? Glock set the fast out of the race. They're going for another Grand Slam, isn't it? That'll be his 5th Grand Slam in 7 races. So that's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And Ghost there just dropping back now then. But I gotta say, I love a Ghost fight in spirit there. Brilliant 17, and I think all their pieces are still in the right place as well. They are indeed. Then these cars, I think that these cars are starting to be made quite sturdy these days in the old ALR Formula 1 series, aren't they? Because not many pieces seems to drop off these cars these days. Let's take stock then on lap 17 out of 29 then. Glock has got a 10-second lead then, 10.7-second lead to be precise then. They have stopped. Alhan is second. He's also made a stop as well. Mr. Elite is in at third position there on the medium tyres then, and he's doing a cracking job, Mr. Elite. It's fantastic stuff. Droffer in fourth position there with Vital in fifth. Brilliant stuff. Sixth position is into the pits comes Ghost. Sixth position is Serious Mushroom then. Seventh position there is at Forza. Eighth position is FIFA. Ninth position is Flea, and 10th position is Kingdom. All those guys there on the medium tyres, I think will have to come back in the pits then. I wonder if they're all thinking about doing the Granty Granty strategy and perhaps going on to the soft tyres at the end then. Of course, remember last night Granty was a lap short, wasn't he? There's a lap short last night, wasn't he? So hopefully they might judge that right there and probably gain experience there from the ALR Season 2 champion Grant there, perhaps then. So definitely keep an eye out for that later on. LP is now almost a second there underneath Kingston. We're on board Double at the moment, who is keeping Van Dorn for company at the moment. Double is, so we're on board Double. He has done 8 laps on the hard tires. Just behind us, we got a man who's hunting us down in the form of Hunter. Hunter on a very difficult day, wasn't he? He was one of the only men who damaged the cars earlier on in this on the opening lap there, wasn't he? So really been fighting from behind ever since that. I gotta say, I think that we're gonna have to leave this battle for now, because this battle is starting to develop quite nicely. We're on board with LPE, who has been in the thick of the action tonight, hasn't he? So is Kingdom and Razor. It's brilliant stuff, isn't it? And we're on board with these guys who are battling for the tail end of the points as it stands at the moment. And he is in DRS range then, so LPE is heading to exceed. The drag reduction system's open, and now you're in DRS zone. It's very difficult to get out of DRS around here, isn't it? And look at how much he's gained there for LPE then. Almost going into the back. That did go into the back. I don't think he's damaged his wing. I don't think he has. Oh, and almost cut in turn 2 there as well. Now he's got a second dose of DRS and coming up the hill into turn 4. Alpine then is all over the back and he's got the momentum there. He is going to go on the outside. Is he? Kingzo is on the inside and the Kingzo is going to run around wide. We're on board and look how close there as well. Alpine goes over the rumble strip. Fantastic race in there. Kingzo there just about giving him enough room. Just about fair. Kingzo there is going a bit wide then. And but he's still kept the position there. Of course, I was got to say that's going to be a very that'll be a very bold move to have a go down there, wouldn't it? And Razor could potentially there also get himself involved as well later on. As Hunter is now all over the back of Double. That is a battle going on just behind us as well then. I'm not sure what to look at really. I think as soon as I pull away from one of them, I think that they will overtake each other, won't they? Yeah, we're on board with Hunter's Moan and he is just trying to get on the back end of Double. We're keeping on that battle as well, but I think this battle might become might get a bit juicy in the next couple of corners or so. Razor's being dropped all of a sudden. Into the pits, here comes Mr. Elite then. So Mr. Elite is in the pits then with 10 laps to go. I think Granty came in the pits around this stage yesterday. So I'm wondering then, is this going to be enough tire? If this going to be enough time then, what tire's going on? Mr. Elite is on the medium tire then, so he's staying away from the soft compound tire there. FIFA has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. His race has been fantastic up till now, but that's going to be a huge blow. LPE there is gated. Oh my goodness me! I think he's going to go on the outside. He was going on the inside. He's going on the outside. There is Mr. Elite coming out just in behind this bar as well. Was Mr. Elite got himself into his thinking then as he comes out? There is a Renault there, a Flea, and just in foreground. LPE, he's on the outside. He's on the outside just like last time. This time he's through. This time he's through. Where's Kingzo? Kingzo's got the inside line, but LPE should have the momentum. He does have the momentum. He is through in 8th position. Fantastic stuff there from LPE. And now Mr. Elite there is all over the back of Kingzo as well as they come down into the open. Kingzo's gone wide. Mr. Elite there is going to try and get through them. We're on board, Mr. Elite. Hunter is past Double Cream Car up in the 14th position then. Hunter is on hard tires and should be going to the end from there then. So he's done 10 laps on those hard tires on this. Glock is setting up fast up the race there, and some really enjoying his Monday afternoon drive around here. Mr. Elite is on the outside of Kingzo. He passes Kingzo. He is over in 9th position. He's on the new fresh shod medium tires there, and he would definitely I think he's definitely going to be, of course, have more grip there, isn't he, and more pace as well. LP's done 7 laps on those medium tires. He's going to be able to get to the end from there. That is, well, he's got another 9 odd laps to go there. So that'll be 16 laps or so on those medium tires. And so I'm going to be honest, that is very close there to that is very close to the maximum amount of wear there, isn't it? Really is. We're back on board, Mr. Elite then, as Mr. Elite then is just gaining. He's gone purple on the far sector. Razor's got Kingzo, because Kingzo's in the pits there. Mr. Elite is through and up into 8th position there. Just in front of us is Flea, and look there. Oh, and LP there is Mr. Elite there bumping over the curbside, and almost went into the side of LP. I think he did there briefly. And look at there, notice we got Hunter up in the 12th position, and we got Van Dorn there, who is also battling away as well. As they were battling away, weren't they? In 11th, 13th, and 12th position. Then Van Dorn has dropped down into 13th position. Then, and there we got some more action coming away. As Razor is very close then to the back of these guys here. Look, we got a 4-car battle here. Fantastic shot. I love that shot coming down there. That's a brilliant shot, isn't it? On board with Mr. Elite then, and I've got to say he's doing a cracking job here tonight, isn't he? Look at the amount of lock he's got on that corner out of turn 10 then as well, and now he's got DRS on the back straight. And what can Flea do in the Renault then? Flea, I'm not sure if he's going to defend too hard then. He isn't indeed. Mr. Elite is through up into 7th position, then Flea dropping down to 8th position. He's done 13 laps on these tires. They are going to be well past their best, aren't they? I wonder if Flea might go into the soft tires perhaps then for a very for an energetic final stint perhaps then. But LPE is now coming into the back of Flea as well. This is going to get very interesting indeed. Look at Razor. Razor is hanging there or thereabouts in the floor, isn't he? He's done 11 laps on those hard tires. Razor is. I reckon that should be enough to keep him to the end. And same with YBR and Hunter also on those hard tires, 11 or 12 laps or so. So they should all get to the end as well. But of course then the guys who got on fresh tires and all the medium tires, there's FIFA, Kingdom and Ghost, who all got fresh tires. So they will have a pace advantage there, no doubt about that. Now this is getting very tasty indeed, isn't it? Flea, LPE and Razor now getting very close and very interested with each other, and they say come up the hill, and there is Mr. Lee. These are these guys here then, and lovely shot again from the headicam shot as they come down in the turn 4. Then you see the track falls away there. Of course you can't see it very easily with the helicam shot there, and it's a beautiful scenery here in Bahrain. It really is. Look at that, it's mesmerizing, isn't it? Just see, look at all those cars. It's incredible, isn't it? Each driver there has got their own driving style, but look how similar it is that they're on the racing line. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's fantastic. It is the absolute pinnacle of motor racing, and my goodness me, LP there almost lost the pinnacle of his front wing there. My goodness me, LP then was very close to the rear diffuser of Flea then, as he is now coming up to the back then of the Renault driver again. Remember, the Renault driver has done 14 laps on those medium tires. Those medium tires are going to be very strong. Oh, LP is gone. He is gone. He's in the wall. That's a big smash for LP. He's damaged the car. What a shame then for on his Haas debut. Oh my goodness me. My heart goes out to him. That is such a shame. My goodness me. What was that? That was a McLaren going through of Hunter. Oh wow. And good job Ghost is on once again. Then we could have had two almighty smashes there, couldn't we? LP comes back on the track now as well. Flea is in the pits then. Razor moves up to 9th position then. Hunter is in 11th position then. What a shame for LPE then. That is a that was a cruel end then. Well, then yeah, is it? Because anything can happen still. But that might be the end of his points challenger position for today. But what a shit! Well, what a race he's had! It's been fantastic so far. So we got some pit activity there. As a FIFA there is got double cream cap for company at the moment. Flea has gone to the soft tires then, and we're going to see. I wonder if he's going to go for. There's the new nose cone on the Haas then. They're just replacing it now. Then the car is going to be on his office jacks, and away it goes. Then the Ghost there is also coming through as well. Then so there's been a lot of difficult goes-ons out there tonight, hasn't it? Double is on it. I think Double's on a good race there, isn't he? He's down in 13th position there, but his pace has been really good, hasn't it? We're keeping on the gaps there, the Double has there, and of course Double's on 13 lap hard tires, and he's still keeping up with FIFA beefy. FIFA has done 3 laps on the medium tires. So, yeah, that's some impressive stuff from Double. Double slightly out of sync with the guys around there. There's all the guys around him now on the hot medium tires and going to the end then. So, potentially then, they should have a pace advantage then. But yeah, Double doing a good job out there at the moment. Of course, that's Double cream cat. 00 is our only retirement in this race. Lesnar will have a DNS, unfortunately, for not starting us. Unfortunately, he was stuck in the garage at the beginning of the race. We still have 17 cars around here. Not many retirements, touch wood. As soon as I've said that, now we're going to have a flurry. But yeah, we've had some very close calls, haven't we? Of course, there's been, I've got to say, there's been some scary moments as well. We're on board then with Flea, who's on the back of King's as well. King's is down in 14th position at the moment. He's really lost his pace, hasn't he, in the second stage of the race, Kingzone has. And now then, as Flea is going to go on the outside, Kingzone might not allow that. I don't think he's going to allow that. So Flea there, oh, he's going over the curve there. He's lost a bit of momentum there, but he still has the soft tires. I think he's still within DRS there as well. Double has got a 5-second penalty there for coming in the pits, and Double's going to come onto the soft tires, I think then. So yeah, Double is coming into the soft tires, so we might have a blitz at the end. Then Flea there going on the outside. Kingzone is brakes much later there, and I got to say, that's a great position of the car there for Kingzone there. Really made sure that Flea had nowhere to go then, but unfortunately he's going to have to do some great position of the car coming up into turn 6. Flea is through up into 13th position. Kingzone is trying to stick it there, but yeah, Flea is done. He is up into 13th position there. He's got a 4-second deficit between himself and FIFA. 1 second between Van Doorn, and Hunter is 3 seconds away from YBR. So I think that Flea is about 5 seconds away. Well, no, he's about 9 seconds away then from the points as it stands at the moment. Oh, my maths is terrible, so hopefully that's about right, give or take. But yeah, so I think Flea has got an awful amount of work to do then in the final stage of the race then. So I think it's calmed down now slightly. What has been an absolutely enthralling Bahrain Grand Prix. It really has been brilliant stuff, hasn't it? I've got to say the retirements tonight have been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it? Only 2 retirements, but one of them didn't even start the race of Lesnar, unfortunately. He dropped out in qualifying 2 there, unfortunately. And also we lost 00 as well. I'm not sure what happened to 00, and I think that we'd like to know what happened in that event, but unfortunately I haven't heard anything yet, so we can't really report on what happened between 00 unfortunately, but we just didn't right off the track in turn 10, which is a very unusual place to go off the track, wasn't it? So we're on board Flea then, so we're going to be enjoying some qualifying laps now for Flea, as he is on soft tires, isn't he? And he is gaining on the back of FIFA. It's 3.6 seconds and we're back on board with Flea. And just as I said, then we're just going to be enjoying the end of this race then. Let's take stock then, lap 24 out of 29 then. In this enthralling Bahrain Grand Prix. Ghost has just said why we are the dirtiest driver on the grid. Then that was a couple of laps ago. I think that was in reference to the battle they had earlier, which unfortunately Ghost did come off worse, didn't he? It was a vicious old battle, and that's a Mercedes off the track there, and that's Van Doorn, who is he hasn't damaged the car. I'm wondering if he got. It's very he's dropped down into 12th position now. You can see it's like turn number 12 area, isn't it? But it's not as slippery, not as perilous. But unfortunately, we've seen a lot of cars go off there today in this race, hasn't it? Haven't we? In the turn 12, it's been well, we've only had 1 or 2, but it's been around turn 8, hasn't it? They just seem to get a swap run, don't they? Van Doorn is just recovering now, and that's another car off, and that's LPE out of the race then. And we got a safety car then to really spice things up. Oh, that's a big smash there for LPE. We've just seen a flash in the background, and well, all of Glock's work is come and done, really. Is anyone going to come in the pits then? That's the question then. Oh, we have got a lot of drivers that have just got speed in the pits then. Razor's in the pits then, so he's taking advantage and he's going on to the medium compound tyre when he serves his 5-second stop go. I would have gone onto the soft tyres. He is going onto the soft tyres. My apologies. And now he's out there and away he goes then. YBR is in the pits as well, and he is going to go on the soft tyres. Watch them. This is, well, I was going to say the race is just calming down then, but unfortunately LPE there is retired from this race then. And just as I also mentioned of how good the retirements have been as well, we're down to 16 cars then out of the 19 that started. Of course, DNS then for Lesnar, retiring for 00, and also LPE as well. This is going to get very feisty indeed, isn't it? We've got pit stop action, and you can see Kingdom was also coming to the pits as well. Flea then, unfortunately, Flea has just put on a set of soft tires, and what a shame for that man there, because this would have been ideal there as well. Ghost hasn't come in the pits there, which is quite surprising. I thought Ghost would come in the pits there. Glock has got quite a big advantage there. I think he should come in and come back out, even if Alhan decides not to come out of the pits. Glock is going on the soft tires there just to protect his lead then. Alhan, I think, is coming in the pits there. I think it's the only sensible thing to do, really, isn't it? So I think it's kind of neutralising all the race, really, isn't it? Into the pits there comes Alhan as well. We had a lot of guys that had 5-second penalties and all that kinds of jazz then. FIFA has got another penalty. It's got a drive-through penalty now for driving for speeding under the safety car. Of course, they all have to adhere to a delta. Oh, Todd there flying in the pits there, and that is a slam dunk penalty there for Todd. What a shame, and Serious Mushroom as well. Oh my goodness me, they've been absolutely outstanding in this race as well, and unfortunately Todd there getting held up there as well by Serious Mushroom. Oh, absolutely, what a shame there. And Razor's also getting, we've got a lot of drive-through penalties in there. I got to say, the end result, it's not the end of the classification, it's not going to be how they finish on the track, is it? Because They've all got drive-throughs, haven't they? Van Dorn on board now. I think the Van Dorn will be happy. He's done 14 laps on those hard tyres. Is he coming in the pits? Van Dorn is staying out there. So Van Dorn, they're rolling the dice then. Unfortunately, I feel that he might be a sitting duck, so to speak, because he's done 15 laps on the hard tyres. So Van Dorn there might try to keep these guys behind then. YBR is in 10th position. And we'll take a look at the classification in a minute. So I wonder if Ghost and their man aren't coming to the pits yet, nor is FIFA either. Ghost is staying out as well then. I wonder if the guys have run out of tyres perhaps then, which I'd be quite surprised by that. Also FIFA hasn't come in the pits either then in the medium tyres on the Ferrari then, but he's coming in the pits now then. So into the pits here comes the Ferrari driver. So what tyres is going to go on then? I wonder if he's going to go on the soft tyres then. I think that if you've got soft tyres, you have to go on the soft tyres. It's going to be a sprint to the finish then. And the Ferrari mechanics are ready with the red striped soft tyres. And he is in now. He's at the moment down in 50th position. Here comes that Flea, who's back in the pits then. He came in the pits and put on a set of... he's going for a drive-through penalty there. He's done 15 laps on those medium tyres. So he must have put on an old set of medium tyres there, Flea is. So Flea in his debut there, down in 50th position. He's just served his drive-through penalty there, I think. Which is a bit cheeky under the safety car, isn't it? But if you could get away with it, then why not then? So, lap 26 out of 29 then. We're going to have, just like yesterday's race, albeit then the safety cars come out a little bit later. Let's take a look at the race order and what they're doing then. Glock and Alhan then, the first and second. They're on fresh set of soft tyres. They're going to be electric, aren't they? Mr. Elite is on 7 lap old medium tyres. Droffa in 4th position. VTOD 5th. Sirius Mushroom in 6th position. Forza 7th. 15 lap old tyres then for Van Dorn in 8th position. There's a Mr. Elite there flying up into 2nd position there. And Alhan there is dropping right back. There's a bit of shenanigans going on there. I think Mr. Elite is hoping that Alhan overtakes him because he's going to be having a penalty in a minute, isn't he? Unless Mr. Elite has actually now been given 2nd position, which will be very unfair. I remember we had this issue yesterday, didn't we? Where I think some of them took Matt into the safety car, didn't they? And then they stayed there, and ironically it was a Mercedes as well. So I'm not sure if Mercedes got preferential treatment because of the Mercedes, because Bernd Mailander's driving the Mercedes car. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not sure. There's Alhan there, is Droffa there, just exchanging positions there. Ghost is in the pits now then. So Ghost is coming in the pits there, put on a set of soft tyres there, and he will get out in front of Flea then, so that's good stuff indeed there. Flea is in the pits there once again. No, he's staying out then. So Flea is staying out there with just a couple laps to go. I think if the safety car comes to this end of this lap, we're going to have 28 and 29. That'll be the laps left in this Bahrain Grand Prix. I think Mr. Elite has got by Alhan there, which I think that unfortunately there for Alhan there, and I think that's because of something that happened yesterday there. That's unfortunate. So we got 3 laps to go then. We'll have 2 laps at the end of this race then, so it's going to be a 2-lap sprint race then. Who is going to roll the dice? And that's the question there. We've got a lot of cars with penalties out there as well now, so there's going to be a lot of big gainers and losers out there. We've got a couple of drive-through penalties as well for speeding on the safety car. Van Dorn and Razor are getting very keen to get going then, as we're just waiting for that magical message then. And there it is. We got 2 laps then of this race to go then. Look at all the all bunched up. Glock is going to be the safety car, the facto safety car. There's Mushroom. He got into the back of VTOD then, and that's a 5-second penalty there as he damaged the car. Let's take a look at the front. There's damage in the background as well, and I think that's oh dear, that is damage, isn't it? So unfortunately, you can see once again them beyond the safety car, damage is on, and I think Glock is going. He is gone, and we're back racing it here in Bahrain. Glock is already gone. He's already got an 8/10 of a second advantage there. We're back racing here in Bahrain, and we've got 2 laps to go then here in silver. And look at him! Whoa! And I'm not sure, that was excessive weaving there from Mr. Elite there, wasn't it? As he went back and forth there. As now we've got YBR then, who is usually king of the late breaks, isn't he? And FIFA's got another penalty for speed in the pits there. FIFA is going to be, and he's left the session there, FIFA's, as I think there might be frustration there from FIFA, as this is going to get very tasty indeed as we're into the final stage of this race then. Forza is dropping down and Alhan and Mr. Elite then, and balling away then, as Mr. Elite then is under all kinds of pressure there from Alhan. Remember, Alhan is on the new softer tyres, whilst Mr. Elite has done 9 laps on those medium tyres then. We also got YBR is flying through through the field. Where is he? I can't even see him. Oh my goodness me, that's why they're off the track. They're off the track. They're in turn 2. And Van Dorn just come down, doubles up in the 12th position there. And oh gosh, that's why I couldn't see him. And look at this, Hunter is now moving up into 8th for the stage, past the Ferrari. McLaren is past the Ferrari. Now Ferrari's under all kinds of pressure there, isn't he? From King's Kingdom is up into 9th position there, going down and into 10th position. Oh my goodness me, I think they've made contact. They've made big contact this time. They spun it, and he's off the track there as well. And oh my goodness me, Razor's off session. Both Ferraris are out of the race then in this incredible race. And so unfortunately, we've lost both Ferraris in the blink of an eye here as well. As Razor's trying to recover. FIFA Beefy out of the race. We're down to 14 cars. And Mr. Elite has to defend it. He's looking at him. He's trying to bring the slipstream here, isn't he? As they come down, they turn into turn 1 then. Mr. Elite, they almost cut across that. Alhan's on the inside. Mr. Elite is defending for all his worth. Wow, incredible stuff, Ben. As Forza is past Mushroom, or is he? Oh my goodness me, that was very close. Forza's gone off the track then. As they come on the hill, Alhan is having a look on the outside of the Mercedes. Last lap of this Bahrain Grand Prix. Serious Mushroom having a look. But Forza there still in the position there of Hunter is now also looking very sharp as well behind as well. 29 then out of 29 out of 29 then in this incredible Bahrain Grand Prix. It's going to be a photo finish, isn't it, for some of these guys? And Alhan is so much quicker at this stage race. He wants to get by, does he? Needs to get by. He hasn't got many more corners to do it. And you can see then Mr. Elite there. I got to say Mr. Elite is doing a very good job there, isn't he? I'm not sure about the excessive weaving. And who was that off the track there? That was one of the Renaults there of Forza. They're just going very wide then. Yeah, Mr. Elite there trying to break the slipstream there on the straight. I'm not sure if that's I'm not sure if that's within the rules, so to speak, is it? But well, I got to say it's clever to break the slipstream, but I'm not sure if that's within the old sporting code. As they come down the hill once again, and I got as Ghost Record's got 3 second penalty. Glock is coming into the final corner now as well. And there's Glock then coming through then. And Glock wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. 6 race wins there for Glock, and I think that's a Grand Slam as well. Another one. Second position is Mr. Elite. No, then it's second for Mr. Elite. Droffer third, Forza 4th, Viton 5th, Hunter 6th, Ghost 7th, YBR 8th, Kingdom 9th, doubles in the points. 11th is Serious Mushroom. Alhan is down in 12th position. 13th position is Van Dorn. Fleet is in 14th position there, and it looks like he's run out of fuel. FIFA is retired. So we had 14 cars left then in this absolutely cracking race result then. I hope Nosey got that in the end, because my goodness me, that all just changed, didn't it? As the penalties definitely did make a difference in the race. Oh, well, Glock then, an incredible, that's his 6th race win in 7 starts, and that is absolutely brilliant stuff, isn't it, from Glock there. This man is unstoppable at the moment there, he really is, and he's extended his lead in the championship. And I gotta say, when's the earliest he can win it though? Of course, Schumacher won it back in 2004, back in France, didn't he? So in the summer, so when can Glock win it? That is going to be the question at the moment. And can anyone stop this man? We're only on round 8. Incredible. I've lost my words. So here's the final classification then from the Bahrain Grand Prix, and the guys that didn't get any penalties there really did benefit absolutely wonderfully well there. And of course then it's the guys on the podium that didn't get a penalty there. Really good stuff indeed then. Let's take a look at the final classification then from the Bahrain Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Brilliant. Glock there won from pole position to checker flag. Brilliant stuff. His 5th Grand Slam of the season. Brilliant stuff. Mr. Elite 2nd. 3rd position Droffer. 4th is Forza. Todd 5th. 6th is Hunter. Ghost 7th. YBR Kings up 9th. Double in the points. Brilliant stuff. Serious Mushroom 11th. Alhan down to 12th. Van Dorn 13th. Flea 14th. Retirements. Both Ferraris. Alpine double. And Lesnar didn't even get out of the pit stop. Didn't even get out of the garage then, as he was stuck in there. I think his mechanics forgot to buy some wheels or something. And where are we? We're in the I think we're in the commentary box, aren't we? Droffer, what a race from you. You was in the thick of it as well, and you didn't get any penalties, which I think is what gave you the final podium today. That was an absolutely splendid result.
Yeah, it was good. Good battles, good race. Had a great race with VTOD. Enjoyed it.
Oh, it really was a good race between you and V Todd. You two seems to be like stuck together all the way through that race. It was brilliant stuff indeed. Absolutely fantastic stuff. You didn't get going back to qualifying a bit quick though. You didn't. I don't think you got a second run in qualifying, so I think you started fifth in the end. Do you reckon you would have been higher up on the grid?
I don't know. I've got a tendency to bottle it, so possibly, maybe not.
That's right. But fifth position, it didn't matter in the end, did it? Because you got third. Absolutely splendid stuff as well. I got to say, talk us through your strategy. I can't really remember what happened in that race. It was absolutely fantastic stuff. But talk us through your strategy and how you went about it.
Well, just a simple, medium, hard. Followed VTOD all race, then managed to pass each other a couple of times, but safety car changed it up a little bit at the end. Had to use some used softs, but it was all good.
And I think today you definitely proved very much a clean race definitely is beneficial for you, and you got on the podium as well. Really, for no penalties, all that. Hats off to you. That is incredible.
Aye, cheers, Matt. It was good. Enjoyed it.
It really was a fantastic drive today. Absolutely splendid stuff. Hats off to you. Well done, pal. That's it for silver tonight. And I've got to say, I'm absolutely shattered again. We will be back in a week's time on Sunday, of course, for the German Grand Prix. I'm looking forward to that one. It's a brilliant track. It's a classic track as well. 6:30 for the gold guys. Silver is back also in Germany for 7:30 race. Of course, also in Germany as well. Glock at the moment seems to be king of the silver guys, isn't he? At the moment, who can stop Glock? That is the question. We'll find out in Germany. But from now, oh no, we're in as Alhan is joined the party. Steady on, guys. I'm leaving before I can jump. Alhan, I gotta say today, it seemed that you was in second position for most of the day, and then unfortunately dropped all the way down to 12th there. It seems that the safety car really hurt you at the end there. That is such a shame. It really is there. Just a quick question on the safety car. Did Mr. Elite pass you under the safety car? Because I thought you was second there, but I might have missed something. Yeah, it was a bit Lewis Hamilton-esque, wasn't it, back in 2010, I think, when he was trying to break the slipstream with one of the Renault guys. So, yeah, I'm not sure that's really within the sporting code. Of course, as he was going left to right, wasn't he, especially at the end there under the safety car. If you was in front of Mr. Elite, do you think you would have got some points today? Because you had the soft tyres on, and Mr. Elite did have 10-lap old medium tyres on. Do you reckon you would have been able to sneak into the top 10? Well, that's tough luck today, but I gotta say though, since you've been in this league, you've been very impressive stuff. Both of you guys have. It's been absolutely fantastic stuff. Thank you for joining me in the commentary box today. I almost prematurely ended it there, which that would have been good, would it? We didn't want to cut off our hand, did we? Right then, we will be, as I have been given the code to raffle up. So that is it for us tonight. We will be back. We'll be back next Sunday then, as we're going to Germany, Deutschland. Then, as we're going to race around the incredible track of Hockenheim as well. Championships will be coming out in just a few moments' time. Then, Glock. Then, who can stop him at the moment? He is king of the mountain, isn't he? 5 Grand Slams so far in 7 races. That's absolutely stupendous stuff, isn't it? He's rewriting the history books. We'll be back on Sunday for Germany in gold.